also in top 16 in Dragon Ball. This is main game, so multi-game specialist right there. Hot performance at DTN already.
It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, like, you know, your brain can hold so much, but things just get so jumbled around, especially when it comes to muscle memory, spacing, and just overall game mechanics, especially with a game, you know, two very dynamically different games between Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Is it called Fighter Z or Fighters?
You know,
Fighters.
I'm gonna go with that Fighters.
Yes.
Just make sure they hear this.
It's definitely the Fighters, as we've seen the officials call it that. And, you know, Mortal Kombat 11, also a very unique game. Doesn't have traditional meter building. Instead of meter building whenever you amplify special moves or utilize any of the wake-ups that require you to choose to spend those bars, you just kind of have to wait for the cooldown on the bars to come back up. And of course, Mortal Kombat 11 is all about time.
All about the time.
Did they lower the life bars? No, they
did not, but we can still kind of see them, so I think it's going to be okay, Arturo.
We do have those numbers on the screen. We can read the health.
That's true, but okay, Arturo.
How about this? It's better.
There we go. Beautiful. Arturo is ready.
Improv, always.
So Kurly going to be using that Cassie Cage digital soldier. Not anything strange here. This is pretty much the go-to variation. A great interrupt there, knowing that there's a big gap, and Dragongod not really taking advantage of that very unsafe amplified low gunshot.
We were talking about meter and time earlier. Digital soldier Cassie has an amplify on her mid gunshot, which leads to full combos. We've seen Kurly use a lot more meter than Dragongod so far, and it's to your credit to spend as much meter as possible early. You start with it full, and it comes back over time, and it even comes back during this round win animation, which Kurly is standing in right now, back to full meter.
Yeah, very few, few and far in between instances where you start the next round with, you know, without full meter, unless you just kind of use it to cash in or just got done doing a breakaway. Of course, the breakaway costs 2 defensive bars, and it takes forever to come back.
Yeah, even slows the rate at which the defensive meter comes back if you've used it for other reasons. So it's by far the highest risk option, but people will still do it because combos can do a lot of damage in this game, especially Digital Soldier Cassie, Blood Drive Skarlet both have lots of launchers. Skarlet has done 2-1-2, even big damage up to things like 4-4, cancels into the taunt, which we're going to see right there. Oh, never mind, gets the health back. Yeah,
getting a little bit of health back, a great resource here from Skarlet. However, Dragongod has a pretty comfortable life lead. He's not really sweating it here, taking a lot of unnecessary chip, but the thing is, you know, Cassie's not building less or more bar. She's just shooting gunshots. Sometimes you gotta be okay with just letting her do whatever she wants to do, and Dragongod finding that trade definitely in his favor considering the life deficit.
Huge life deficit.
Final round. Fight.
Bar all the way back from Skarlet now, as we were talking about earlier. Both players have Fatal Blow going into this round, so I'm sure we'll see at least one climactic finish to a game 1, which has gone blow up so far for both rounds.
Oh, and
lots of crushing blows. Speaking of blow-ups,
I mean, hey,
guts have blown up.
That was a textbook whiff punish there. If you've got an opponent that's willing to jump from that far away, if they press that button, they're susceptible to a full combo punish. Ooh. Oh, no real punish there. Instead, just kind of checking him with the down 1.
Yeah, I do think that was the input of Kurly getting to the jump shot in the first place. Dragongod in Fatal Blow territory, but running out of life to gamble with. Also has no defense bar, so big advantage for Kurly. Kurly just outside Fatal Blow territory. If he takes a big Fatal Blow combo from Dragongod, he could get robbed. In it now. Ooh, I love by the ball.
Yeah, I love the decision to go for that bubble to try to get the momentum back on his side, but Kurly just staying true to the plan and just shooting those gunshots, knowing, again, giving Dragongod little shades of the last round, saying, okay, the life deficit is in my favor, so that means every trade is going to be in my favor. And Kurly goes up 1-0. Now, remember, Defend the North 2019 is using the pro competition rules, which means it's 1st to 2 until top 8. So, Dragongod halfway to the lower bracket right now.
1st to 2 boys.
That's right, the infamous line. Infamous lines that just echoed through the halls of CEO.
Echoes through my commentary as well.
That's
Anytime
right.
I get the opportunity to say it.
That's right, man. 1st to 2 boys, 1st to 2. Now, Dragongod, you know, one of the greatest things about Skarlet, or what makes her such a unique zoner, is that she has so many different options. She can throw that slow bubble, the straight one, the low projectile, and of course the tongue. It doesn't really act like a projectile in most cases, but it's a great way to just kind of keep your opponent down.
And it's mid as well, meaning Skarlet can make you really hesitate on how you want to move forward and when. Speaking of hesitation, no hesitation from Kurly using Fatal Blow in round 1 with a huge life deficit, but about to even out the life here with this Fatal Blow. Slight life lead now for Kurly. Dragongod has Fatal Blow on the table. Running out of life though. No health to armor with either, and so he loses. Kurly on match point now.
I definitely think that was a good move there by Kurly, especially knowing that he was going to get that slight life lead, and he knows what this matchup is playing like, and it's just a projectile war from full screen. So he said, you know what, if I can just get that little edge, and if I don't mess up the zoning, I will be okay, and he called it out perfectly. I think that's a great use of his resource.
Kurly not shooting as much now, though, trying to get in. Had Skarlet cornered, that's why he wanted to get in the first place. Misses the corner combo, but still has a huge positional advantage. But this is Digital Soldier Cassie's problem. She actually lowers her combo damage in the corner because her launcher off of mid-gunshot amplify doesn't work so well.
But you know what? How many more times are you in the corner versus not in the corner? So I feel like Digital Soldier players usually kind of are willing to take that trade-off.
If they want that digital shoulder, they'll play Yas Queen, get that shoulder move, which is really good against zoners like Skarlet. But Kurly's still doing just fine with gunshots here from Digital Soldier.
And this is where it could get dangerous here. Never mind. Getting shut down completely on the last breath situation. Can he confirm into anything real?
Back. No longer in chip territory. Only has one defense bar though, because he did almost get chipped earlier. Dragongod fighting for his life. 4-2 trades.
And it doesn't reach. He jumps right over the projectile the perfect time, but just a little too far. He goes for the throw and he doesn't get it. Gets kneecap checked right there with the low gunshot. And Kurly going to be taking it over Dragongod.
Standard military fire positioning there from Cassie. Ducks right under that stand 2 from Skarlet. Gets the whiff punish. Maybe not on purpose, maybe just wanted to put some chip in there, but it works out either way. Great decision from Kurly. Moving on to top 16, was that winners or losers?
No, this is actually a new pool. So he's not moving on to top 16. That was, I believe, a round 1. You guys can follow along on smash.gg, but man, what a scramble. When he went for that throw, my heart dropped.
Yeah.
And
the throw whiff.
It just whiffed and just nothing. No one was home. And that could have been the game. But again, that scramble situation, and you never know. Once you come out here, your nerves get to you. Your hands shake, and you're just suddenly not doing what you do day in and day out at home. And it gets the best of everyone. It really does.
Thankfully, Kurly didn't crack too much. Knew to trust his instincts, shoot the gun with Cassie, as he had been doing for most of the match. Bang, bang. Round 2 winners for Kurly.
Yes, he's going to be moving on. And the notable names in these brackets for these two pools, basically the way I look at them, it's Geras pool and Destroyer's pool. Not saying necessarily that they're definitely coming out, but they are definitely the high seed within that pool. Gur coming fresh from that win at the Invitational in Texas.
That's right.
A win that was, I don't want to say it wasn't, I feel like it was a little bit unexpected.
Right.
You know, there were a lot of good players there, and not only were there a lot of good players at that Invitational, but they were all on that one side of the bracket, and Gur making it out through winners and defeating Dragon in that incredible grand final. So, and he's definitely a name to be looking out in these pools.
Also noteworthy at the Texas event was Gur versus Deoxys in the Infinite Warding Geras mirror. Deoxys was conventionally thought of as the better Geras. Everyone was knowing him for his flawless block up 2s.
Clearly,
using one of Geras' strongest tools better than anybody else. But Gur played so well in the mirror, beat him, reestablished himself at the top of the Geras food chain. Ate through Dragon as well by the end, grand finals.
And speak of the devil, here is Gur representing Dynamic Focus, his sponsor for quite a while now. I want to say a little bit more than 2 years. Really kind of, you know, gave him the playing field, gave him the opportunity to go to so many events during the Injustice 2 Pro Series years 1 and 2, and Gur making a great name for himself, establishing himself in Injustice 2 at the Grand Finals in 2018. Didn't take the W there, but I think he stole all our hearts when he lost in that grueling set to Scar. I mean,
he still has my heart to this day.
It was crushing, man. It was, you felt the emotion, and that's what Gur is. He's an emotional player. This matters to him. You will see an emotion come out of Gur, whether he wins or loses any bout. It just, that's what it means, man. That is heart.
He's already taking a breath on stage. The lights are intense up there, loud crowd, and he's up against the Blaze Blue Central Fiction champion of this tournament, Barlowe B, player from Boston, formerly known as Dolphy B, but has rebranded to Barlowe, and is sponsored by Dramatik, young upstart esports organization out of Boston. They also sponsor Burkish for Street Fighter, and somebody else that I am not yet remembering.
That's
but I might.
right. But hey, look, you get the picture of their jersey on there, and of course you got the little tongue action there. Not sure what he was looking for.
I think Barlowe might know that I'm flattering him up here,
He might.
knowing who he is.
He might be a little flattered here. But again, the rest of the players in this pool: Ashhousewares, a Kano extraordinaire, Jay Wong, and so many more. Dragongod, as we saw a little bit earlier today, going down to Kurly. So Kurly is in this pool. And, you know, I'm just excited. I'm excited that you guys are going to see so many Mortal Kombat 11 matches. Now these guys are ready to go. A very serious tone here as Gur starts things out with that low, that sand trap. Give him a little bit of credit, though, because he has to perfectly place those everywhere along the screen. It's not an auto-tracking move.
One of 4 choices when he goes to aim it. 25% chance of being right, but you know, aiming it.
That's with your eyes closed.
It can round up really easy.
Well, you know, there are those tricky little, like, in-between spots. And, you know, I feel like the really high-level players will dance in between those spots, knowing the spacing.
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
shout out to Sako Noko for the raid.
Ooh, Sako Noko.
That's very random, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the raid. Art appreciates it. That's why he got on the mic, just to show you a little bit of love. And Gur showing a little bit of love here. And of course, not tapping into a crushing blow as it needs to be a counter hit, but Gur in full control here.
Yeah, only lost some life in scrambles and trades there. Barlowe, teleports right in and gets 6 frame down 1 by Geras and Gur. Strong air-to-air from Gur as well. Raiden being pushed in the corner here. Does have an interactable to choose from. Ooh, great interrupt with the 6 frame down 1 on Geras canceling into the shock.
Yeah, it's definitely a great trade there by Gur, getting it on the trade. If he did lose it or was a frame too late, he would have went for a full combo.
Yep.
Oh, looking for that intense Oki setup here. Not sure what he's going for, checking him with the down ones, and Raiden finds himself in a really bad spot. Again, punishing him, but not really going for anything else. What a conversion from the down 2s. Not the easiest thing to do, and Gur got those. Well. Yeah. I mean, you know what? What I wanted to see there a little bit was the breakaway. I didn't see that from Raiden. He did have 2 bars that entire time. And as soon as Gur sent him up there, that was his last chance to do it, because once you get frozen in time like that, you don't have access to the breakaway in that moment. You have to wait either before or after you get frozen.
And so you hold down 2s till the end of time. The end of your life bar in the case of Barlowe, going into game 2 after getting blown up pretty bad in game 1. A little bit of deja vu here, another effective time manipulation. Gur getting the sand trap throws right around start.
And I like that Barlowe had the right read there. He knew the throw was coming, so he let go of block, but just a little too late at the helm with the down 2, so he didn't get that punish. And Gur standing up a little too early. That last hit is a high, very punishable in every situation.
Every situation, as long as you duck without blocking.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's a safe launching special, which is pretty rare in this game. You gotta have the knowledge to duck, and Gur obviously does. Trying it, but missing it the first time, you gotta know he'll get it second time. Nice block from Barlowe.
Yeah, Gur's he's just playing it safe here. He's going for the overhead string. He's completing the 1-1-1 string, or the front jab, front jab, front jab, and just going into, you know, what's safe, what you can't interrupt. And what a hit confirm here from Gur, deciding to charge up the gauntlet. Now those down 2s are going to do a lot more damage in the combo, and of course, he's going to have that crushing blow ready to go.
Yep. And that charge that Gur just got, also, as long as he's using the back forward 1 freeze, the store won't go away, and so down 2s will continue to do more damage. So the tail of this set so far is Barlowe losing in counter pokes, I think. When he's blocked some of Gur's down 1s, he's not challenging properly and quickly enough with highs and mids. Gur is taking turns that he shouldn't be able to take. But Barlowe now has Gur cornered. Keep him there pretty adamantly. Oh, but Gur ducks this time. And as was foretold, he's got the stack down 2s. He's got the proper punish on the whiffed high. And now he's got Fatal Blow. He's not going to use it yet because he wants it to kill. But both players with Fatal Blow on the table could see a scramble coming up. I'm sure somebody wants to take a round.
Oh, and that's going to be a punish for a punish. So Fatal Blow there. Gur full screen, or Geras full screen, or almost full screen with that vacuum suckage in with the Fatal Blow. And Gur finishing it off just like everyone wants. We're missing the fatality.
You know why?
But more importantly, we're seeing Barlowe's smiling face, laughing at himself getting fatal, knowing that his death is being censored, thankfully, Nice work, Art.
You know why? You know why, Arma? YouTube, please.
YouTube,
please.
please.
Give us a break.
Give us a break over here.
I don't
I'm
know.
just trying
Art.
to teach people to work. Then I have to block my fatal blows? Central game mechanic? Come on, YouTube.
Come on. It's all right. Do you have something ready to go for the fatal blows at least?
Oh,
to go. Some of those. I mean, there's so many theories out there, but we're going to move on. Again, this was the 8th pool. So the winner of this pool gets the privilege of fighting Sonic Fox for top 8 in winners. So
that's awesome.
I know everyone in here is not looking too happy about that fact.
Ooh, but Gur's looking happy with that smile, taking a photo with somebody.
Hollywood.
Hollywood Gur.
Oh, hey, real quick. So I'm going to go over the MK11 Matcherino and shout out some sponsors. So guys, so we are boosting the prize pools for a lot of games at this event. City of Brass kind of donate like a $1,000 guaranteed minimum into the pot Matcherino. I pasted the link in the chat. Check out that Moobot link. If you want to donate for free, sign in with your Twitch TV name and use the promo code DTNMK11. And I'll show you guys right now. Just click sign in, go to Twitch. And once you sign in, click contribute, type in DTNMK11. You see right there, it will donate 50 cents to the prize pool. But it's not done after that. There's still ways you guys can donate free. Thankfully, thanks to our sponsors, we have sponsor quests that if you guys click, not only do you follow the company, you donate to the prize pool. So Houston Outlaws, follow, 30 cents. GameStop, look at all those tweets. Shout out to GameStop supporting the FGC. Fantastic. That is well over $3 in sponsor quests.
Amazing.
You guys just clicking GameStop, and it all goes to the players. Also with the GameStop links as well, the streamer gets a kickback in addition to the pot. So if you want a way to help the Team Spooky stream, click those links. Same for 24-hour fitness as well. And we also have some other Twitter quests, some of our partners here. Basically, there's multiple dollars in the pot. You guys just click. If you guys enjoying the content, it's completely free, guys. And like, let's show the sponsors that the FGC does click and engage so we can get more money for the players.
There is no greater intersection, a positive intersection between esports and fighting game community work than this Matcherino stuff. Get in there, do it for free. Some clicks in the downtime, the players will love it. And I'll love it too.
Yes.
Growth, growth, growth.
We will all love it. And of course, not necessary, but you could always just contribute the old-fashioned way if you're feeling generous. But either way, if you're feeling generous or not, at least give us a little bit of your time and just
who's up, by the way?
help them out.
I didn't.
I might be running that right now while I commentate.
Oh, no, no idea. I'm going to find out right now.
All right, we're going to find out the players that are playing for you right now.
All right, give me a second.
Kung Lao and a Jax.
Yes, and this
Hat
is
tricks versus Hunker Down. The traditional variations for both characters. Plenty of time for us to figure this out during the button check. Turning into a special move check as well. We haven't seen anyone check interactable yet. Maybe we'll see that in the coming seconds.
Oh, yes, we will. So, yeah, Hunker Down Jax is the, like you said before, the Jax that we're really used to seeing throughout, pretty much anyone. Hunker Down is going to have the command grab that does lead into a crushing blow if you time it just right.
2-bar crushing blow as well, amplified twice, but it's always worth it because even at the end of combos, almost no scaling is applied to that crushing blow. And so the Jax player in a combo in a juggle, as long as he has that crushing blow available, chooses when you die. If he uses it, you're gone.
So
if he doesn't use it, not even
So
close.
it's Palm 215 and Team French Morgan.
Team French Morgan,
French
up there on the stage on his own, but perhaps he's on a team with his character here, Kung Lao, presumably.
Could be. Now this Kung Lao is the one that has the Z hat. So again, that fancy little thing you saw there, I believe was Kung Lao's sweep. A very unique animation on something that every character has. But right now, Jax is making work here, putting Kung Lao in the corner. Can he close this out? Yes, gets that jump and kick, but doesn't convert into a full combo.
Yep, this is the down 1-2 juggle, and now he's in the corner. Hatrix makes the good read, jumps over, gets a full combo. Ooh, misses the miscreant, drops his E-hat for chip.
Oh, sorry, guys. Morgan is player 1.
Morgan is player 1. Got it. Well, Morgan doing well here on player 1 side, pushing Palm into the player 2 side corner until this crossover switch. Ooh, just gets the fatal blow in time.
Yes, because that would have been very scary. We all know how devastating it can be when Jax gets that fatal blow, gets fleeted arms, and you're just guessing for your life. Doesn't check the low and gets the projectile. That was just enough.
Palm takes it back.
I mean, hey, I thought that was all French Morgan there at the end, but just like that, the table turns, the tides change, and here we go.
Symbolic of the change of tides is the fact that we're now on the right side of the stage when almost all of the first round was spent at the left corner. Back to mid-screen now, though. Even. Ooh. Yes. Another wake-up. Palm has used a lot of wake-up up threes here.
Yes, and I think that's definitely going to be something that he has to make a note of, especially when when Jax has an up 3 that is very exploitable. It does hit completely on the ground really far, but easily jumpable. And if you want to get real fancy, you can give him a nice little short hop and get a full combo punish.
Saw another sweep there from French Morgan. Oh, mashing fiddle blow in the middle of Jax's tight strings. There is a flawless block there if Jax does go for his overhead, which is pretty common string front. Oh, we said it hits all over the ground. It even hits underground, which is where Kunlao was, going for that teleport. Palm 215 punches it. Punches the ground once more. Deja vu takes game 1.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you go into the ground and Jax punches it open, you're not going to be safe there. Again, seeing lots of up 3s. Team French Morgan needs to make a note of that, and he needs to see what he has to do. Try to get a little bit less aggressive and call it out. Make those reads. Make the decision in the back,
call
too.
it out. Full overhead questionable combo, potentially. Drop from Palm 215. Crushing blow, no longer on the table for him there, but Hunker Down Jax has plenty of others to choose from, whether it's full heat strings into the punch volley, forward throw when you're fully heated, or 2-bar command grab. All of them devastating.
Poking back with those down 3s, getting really aggressive here, and just catching him sleeping there with the Z-Ad. Doesn't confirm into a full combo, and an instant jump 3 here by Jax. A little questionable here, but hey, it works. Because you know what? Kung Lao always looking to go to the air, always looking to set up anything for the dive kick. And
he missed the full spin. He did jump the wake up this time, but didn't properly time his attack on the way down. No combo. Wow, just a fatal blow on block, no confirm. Palm 215.
So we just got an update. So Chelsea just said, yeah, the original was correct. Morgan is player 2, despite the staff telling him player 1.
It's okay, it happens, but we know it's Jax and Kung Lao here. So Morgan definitely going to be player 2 here, playing as Jax. And Palm 215 trying to make this comeback with Kung Lao, going for the teleport, hitting the grab, but that is, you don't want to commit too much to those long strings when rolling is such a great option in this game. Only costs you 1 bar of defensive meter.
Forward or back, easily a whip punish on the table anytime you go through a string of more than 2 hits.
Oh, catching him with that low, so tricky there. And again, those instant jump kicks, I mean, he's not trying to leave anything to chance. He's trying to keep Kung Lao out of the sky, and it looks like this is going to be all she wrote for Palm 215, unless he does something about it, and that was not the move you want to go for, especially when French Morgan was not showing any instance of wanting to let go of that block button.
From full screen, blocking, just waiting. Here comes the dive. Come on, Kung Lao.
Do it, do it. I know this is what you're looking for. I know this is what you want, and he just didn't want. You know what? It's tough. Again, in that situation, you know, sometimes people think they're going to flinch, but you know, I love the patience there. You know, that's what you really need to play in a game like Mortal Kombat 11. You need to be patient. You need to walk opponents down to the corner where, you know, if someone's trying to zone and just keep you at bay at full screen, slowly walk them down to the corner. Try to make those right reads. Try to make those right decisions all along the way, and you can defeat anyone.
We were talking earlier about how Jax's wake up 3 hits on the ground only.
Yes.
We saw the Kung Lao player try to jump it once for a punish. That wouldn't have been the best punish, knowing that Kung Lao has a crushing blow string that he could walk back and use.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's another way that MK11 encourages kind of patient play. We were talking about wake up roll.
Sure.
That's something that makes you not want to not go for the meaty. The wake up 3 is invincible, makes you not want a meaty. But the potential for that crushing blow on your string as Kung Lao, very high. Easy to whiff punish a wake up with. That would have been the ultimate download on all those up 3s we saw from the Jax player.
Well, you know what? It is easy to punish those wake up 3s normally, but again, everybody's wake up 3 and up 2, even though they generally have the same rules, where the wake up 3 is going to be fully invulnerable and the wake up 2 is not fully invulnerable, but it does launch for a full combo. They're going to be different. Jax pounds the ground and it goes real far, while other characters have more, you know, a little bit less reach on their invulnerable up 3s, and you know, don't really hit the ground, don't go too far, and those are a little bit easier to whiff punish. But again,
and you know what's easier to whiff punish? We go whiff punish those up 3s with these godlike Zowie monitors.
Ooh, yeah, I couldn't do it without
I was waiting for the perfect segue. Anyway, guys, check out BenQ Zowie. Huge sponsor of the event. Promo code Zowie DTN19 for $50 off the RL25 5TS monitors, and these monitors are pretty good. I have BenQ Zowie monitors myself. Like, I think they're pretty much lagless. So shout out to them. Shout out to them for offering deep discounts. Also, Air Force Mid Atlantic. Check them out on Instagram as well. They're also a sponsor here at the event. And last but not least, shouts to Kollector Cup, KollectorCup.com. Promo code DTN10. And it's like they're starting. Oh no, button check.
You got tricked.
Yeah,
You got tricked there, Art.
All right, so anyway, so up next, Ludi player 1.
Let me tell you all about Ludi.
Yeah, tell me.
This is my younger brother,
Okay.
resident of the Buffalo FGC, who performed quite well at Toryuken last weekend. Got 4th, had a very hype comeback match against Sundula, the Sonya player in New Jersey.
Yes.
And also played against Shine in round 1 losers top 8. Shine almost ran it back, but Ludi closed the set, sealed it real good. He is a Kabal loyalist, so we won't see any switches. In the first to 2 format, it's very hard to know when to switch anyway. So he's going up against Lordelvur, the Devora player, a character who shows no love to anybody but herself and her bugs.
Who won first?
This is actually the first match, so the match is just starting here.
First game,
The score is 0-0. Now this is a first to 2, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta remember, it can go wrong very quickly in this kind of setting until you get to that top 8. Goes for the full nomad dash, and what a block into a punish, but doesn't cash in too hard here, as Ludi still has a lot of his health bar still remaining.
See, Ludi knows that the expectation is for the Kabal player to zone out, throw air projectiles, ground ones. He doesn't. The player's not prepared for Kabal to turn himself into the projectile, surely. Full screen, nomad dash. Another characteristic of Ludi is fearlessness with these low grabs from Kabal.
You gotta do it. You know what? Because it's not the easiest thing to punish, as most characters. A lot of characters need to step forward just a little bit, and the timing is tough. So hey, if your opponent doesn't give you the clear green light that they can punish something, test them. Do it over and over again until they give you a reason not to.
Speaking of reason not to, no reason for Ludi to stop corner pressuring Lordelvur right now, who's running out of health, running out of meter, about to get chipped, instead takes a back 1 counter hit. Ludi takes game 1 clean with a brutality, no time to censor those.
No.
YouTube can hold that.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, guys. The brutalities are coming. And, of course, we got a little bit of green or blue blood here from Devora.
Yeah, one of the only characters
looks like
with the unique blood.
Well, do you remember Geras had the unique blood before the release of the game? And I guess they just changed it. Not really sure why. Maybe they made him seem a little bit less human.
Yeah, yeah. So color matching, by the way, on both the stage and the characters. Bright yellow Kabal. Interesting strategy from Ludi with a random gear, getting a matching color.
Hey, man, sometimes the cards and the stars just align perfectly for you. What great patience here by Ludi, backing up, looking for the opening, and great timing of that. Oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to lead into a full combo. This is where Devora can hurt. Going to jump in, continue, but he drops it.
Maybe looking for some kind of reset or shimmy attempt there was Lordelvur, but instead he pays for that loss of combo opportunity by losing the run and being put in the right side corner, where he spent his entire life so far in the set, which could be ending shortly if Ludi gets this air-to-air and converts into a whip punish combo, keeps it meterless.
And
Did he get the jump over here? Nope.
Ludi's been doing a great job of just going for those instant jump threes, and I feel like you playing him, you understand that this is what he likes to do. He likes to go in there. He likes to go for those wrist, those low hooks over and over again.
Devora's in a bad spot here. Ludi goes for his first mini throw, and it just happens to perfectly read the wake-up option of Lordelvur going for the roll, who's running out of life and running out of time. Has Fatal Blow on the table and hasn't used it yet. Has corner position though, so Lover, only a real master, should come back from this. Lots of discipline, but he's getting his combo this time and gets a setup. Ludi jumps over.
Oh, what a shame here. The one time he finally got that big bug set up, and it just wasn't enough. Didn't have the health to take that hit. And that was a very, very quick 4 rounds. I mean, that just escaped just like that, like nothing.
Ludi looking supreme in that match. Supreme in his Supreme Akira piece, worn on his shirt right now. Shows a little bit of the art to the stream as he turns to the right and takes his time on stage before leaving, enjoying the limelight. The Devora player gone, ready to play his next match, hopefully get some revenge. We'll see him later.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, Ludi definitely knew what he was doing there in that situation. And if anyone wants to see what is up next for Ludi, for the stream, or for any of the players that you want to follow, destroy your Gur in these 2 pools, you guys can go to smash.gg, click on Defend the North 2019, and follow along at home. Again, a majority of the top 16 has already been finalized. So you can see who's in winners, who's in losers, and who just didn't make it out, as this was a very savage 2-out only system here, as we only have 8 pools.
Classic FGC system. I'll never get tired of it.
I mean, look, man, you got to be strong enough to be the top 2 of those pools. Doesn't matter who else is in that pool. Doesn't matter if you sent that person into winners on your way to losing in winners finals. The run back is always real and a very tough thing to kind of just shake mentally, you know? And those losses, those throughout my entire career, those have hurt me so much more than anything else, because you knew that day you had the ability to knock them into the lower bracket, and you were, usually what happens is you get so devastated from falling into the lower bracket that you're just not in the right mindset.
I too have run for winners, top 8. I'm going up to play.
Exactly.
Lose. Oh, I'm not in top 8 yet. Well, I'll just make it on losers, right?
You know who's up right now?
Gone.
No, we don't know.
Vanquished. And
Vanquished.
so is my soul every time that happens. 9th place permanently stings, almost as bad as 4th. Loser semis. Ooh, ElChakotay. Okay. So a very notable Street Fighter V Armika player who was in Street Fighter League last season. Streamer as well. Surely has a restream going on his phone or something. He's typing in the chat probably right now.
There you go. He's trying to keep up on the up and up.
He's up against a guy in a taco shirt having a nice conversation right now, maybe about what side to choose, disconnecting controllers. I do hear some nice PlayStation menu sound, so I don't think we'll be seeing any controller desyncs or resyncs in this match right here.
Yes.
Very smart players, thankfully.
Yes, yes. Anytime you sit down, whether it's the stream station or just a normal tournament station, you guys have to remember, desync all the other Bluetooth controllers, because if one of those controllers gets pressed, it's your match that they're going to be messing up. So again, always be sure. Unfortunately, they cut away before you showed them there on the pad. So we're going to be seeing it here, the character select screen now, to remind everyone at home, Shang Tsung is legal, 100% allowed to be played here, and everybody is looking forward to the experience, looking forward to what this character is capable of, as now, a little bit over a month after his release. We went through an entire Kombat League season having to deal with Shang Tsung's every other match, and we know, yes, exactly, the skulls, the Hell Sparks. If you guys remember Mortal Kombat X, Shinnok, just so great at doing that down 4 Hell Sparks and just continuing that pressure. Well, Shang has something very similar here, and it's tough. I cannot wait till we see our first Shang on stream here, but not sure if it's going to be here. These guys are checking their buttons. Look at this Jade gear here, the mask. I've never seen that one before.
I've never seen that one either. That must be a secret new edition.
That is insane.
I play this game every day, never seen that.
That is so cool. All right, so we're going to keep it, a little old school here.
Special forces, once again, fighting against each other. We saw Cassie earlier, Jax earlier. Pretty popular. Actually, I think the names are switched. I do know that ElChakotay plays Sonya. So ElChakotay, also known for playing exclusively blonde women in fighting games. Everybody has a projection.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And, it doesn't get any more blonde than this.
Yeah.
Even Ronda. All right.
The yellow Bruce Lee martial arts suit.
Oh, yes. All right, so Sonya has one of the fastest starting projectiles in this game. So the zoning oppression is very real. A lot of players like to call her Zonya, as she just tries to keep you out. But even when she doesn't successfully keep you out, she's got mix-ups that hurt so much.
You wouldn't think the damaging 50-50 character with Zonya, but Sonya certainly does Zonya. And speaking of damage, let's see some of it. Oh, misses the crushing blow combo off down 2, but it did look like ElChakotay was going for a pretty optimal combo there, so we may see it later in the set. Just narrowly dropped it. Got some damage, though.
And, it's a little sad there when you go for the really tough stuff, and when everything is on the line. No punish here. I feel like he just wasn't committed.
He did get, ooh, so that's what we were talking about earlier. With punishing wake-ups, getting full damage on the crushing blow that is hard to use otherwise. And French Morgan stares at Sonya, holding her up. This is gotcha grab. This is the end of the round.
Now you got to watch out for those heated arms. Once they are fully heated, he does have access to more crushing blows here, but not really going to get a chance to breathe in between all those fireballs here from Sonya.
Great choice to switch sides from ElChakotay. Now working to corner French Morgan, who's pushing himself out with some strings, but ElChakotay counter pokes. Ooh, French Morgan rolls to the other side. Smart decision.
Great
Lots
jump
of scrambly
over there.
switches right now, yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to get out of there, wanted to get out of the pressure and try to start something of his own, but ElChakotay is just not letting him have it.
It looks like the only way out of that pressure might be the end of his life bar in this round. He's near chip territory, could lose some defense bar. Oh, just takes the overhead to the top of his head. Jax is mad about that one. Punches the ground.
Yeah, he like punched it really fast. Like he got up really fast and just went right into the punching animation here. Now you got to watch out. Those first projectiles do hit as a high, and if she amplifies it, it's coming as a mid that if it hits solo, that's going to be a lot of damage because it triggers the crushing blow right into the ribs.
And Sonya can also use that as an anti-air in addition to hitting opponents that are trying to duck, because the second ring is a huge wide hurt box. So people trying to jump in could get tagged, and it could hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, man, crushing blows are serious in this game. A lot of people feel like that's really determined, you know, who the strong and weak characters are on the cast here.
Oh, there it is, the anti-air one on Q. Good thing we talked about that. Speaking of Q,
yes,
the drone comes in right on time from full screen, puts French Morgan down a game. ElChakotay goes up really comfortably in round 3. And French Morgan looking to switch characters, take some time, maybe switch stages. We'll see. Either way, it's a wise decision. The seasoned tournament players do like to go back to character select, reflect, develop wisdom, switches to Grin and Barret. Interesting.
I mean, I think not only that, but also on, did we just go back to Goro's lair? I was going to say, he might want a little bit of a change of scenery as Goro's lair on the right side does have those interactables that you can jump off of. So that corner, a little tougher to keep, you know, a zoning character pinned down once you finally walk them down there. Yes, we are going back to Goro's lair.
And that's incredibly useful for escaping Sonya's corner pressure, because only in the corner does Sonya get huge damage off of her 50-50 using the Ringmaster dash cancel on her projectile.
Yes, so usually mid-screen you want to watch out for the overhead, as the low one does connect into big damage, like you said, in the corner after a dash cancel.
Only in the corner, though. At mid-screen, the back 1-4 low string can't even connect into anything other than beatdown or leg takedown, something that's a huge unsafe commitment.
Yeah, so you will see a lot of players obviously looking for the overhead.
There it is again, the anti-air, very wide, jumps right into it. French Morgan struggling.
You know
walking slowly.
Yeah, what I was actually make a comment on that. He doesn't seem to be very comfortable with, you know, the walk speed here of Jax. A lot of players like to just kind of dash forward, cancel the dash with a block, and then duck again, but I'm not seeing that from him here. And you definitely don't want to go the traditional fighting game route and jump over those projectiles, because like you said before, the anti-air amplification is going to hurt.
Jax ducking, trying to go under the rings. They're using the Grin and Barret specific stance move. Gets the punishment at that time, but that stance isn't going to do anything against an overhead drone drop, which ElChakotay might be using more as he notices that French Morgan is trying to get in using this low stance from Grin and Barret. Grin and Barret does have launch potential there, but misses the cancel on the 4-3-3 string, and so French Morgan's back in the corner, and this is where Sonya can do a lot of damage. Settling for throws instead, though, instead of 50-50 combo potential.
Oh, great block on the low, but doesn't commit down there. But hold on, getting the up 3, getting momentum, and getting opened up here by the overhead. That nice big meaty mid here from Sonya, and enough few stagger hits there to clean it out. And of course, showing us a fatality that we can all hear at home.
That's all we need to do. I can, hearing it, it's almost scarier. Almost scarier just hearing it.
However you want to sell it.
Nothing quite as scary, though, is the thought of a YouTube content ID claim shutting down monetization. That's what we'd run from for the rest of our lives.
Monetization across the board. My heart is out there for you, YouTube content creators looking to make something here with MK11. But let's see, every day is a new day. I know WB and NRS are always fighting for us, and I have a lot of faith in the developers. But we're going to keep moving on. Again, you guys can follow along at smash.gg, Defend the North 2019, as you see all the brackets just unveil slowly for you.
I have a lot of faith that the upcoming match is going to be pretty intense. We saw this player earlier on stream, that's correct, the guy on the left. Who was he playing? Do we remember?
I don't remember who he was playing, but I do remember the face, as I remember the face mask, or I remember the lack of face because of the
partially
face
hidden face.
Yes.
In the spirit of Mortal Kombat, classic ninja skin there on our player on the left. Got the mask on.
So he's like a checkered ninja.
Checkered ninja, yes.
Not yet to be released. You know, we're still waiting for that liquid metal ninja.
Yeah.
And I think next is going to be the checkered ninja. Maybe like a ska punk ninja.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Music ninja.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just comes out on the bass guitar and just does his thing. Does it over
like
and over again. But we're going to get the matches ready for you guys. You guys, again, follow along on Smash.gg because there is a lot of great things that have already happened. And it's just going to set the stage up perfectly for you guys to follow along and see who's still in that top 16. Of course, Sonic Fox, no surprise there, is going to be playing the winner of Gur's pool, which I believe is pool 8 for that top 8 spot.
Yep. We'll see if Gur keeps the claim to that pool as his own.
And of course, the other pool in this is the 7th pool, which is the pool that Destroyer is in. Now, Destroyer, you know, very solid player all around, you know, making his waves, getting to, you know, as many offline events as he possibly can. And of course, just always making content and, you know, one of the head streamers in our community.
I haven't seen him yet at MK11. Do you know who he plays?
He was trying to play Kollector, and he just said, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. I have to play Geras.
Kollector's not collecting any wins for him, huh?
Yes, no, definitely not. And MKNJ #1, the event I ran in West Orange, it ended in a grand finals between Destroyer and Gur in the Geras mirror.
How were the results?
Gur barely taking it, losing in winners finals, but making the reset and win in grand finals in a game 5 setting.
On the topic of reset,
Kurly, that's the one that was playing here before.
Deadlyxrebel looking desperately to try and reset the positioning, but not getting out of the corner. Kurly keeps him in there, blocking and then taking his turn strong in chip territory now. Kurly still playing patient.
Yeah,
Gently nudges Deadlyxrebel back towards the corner with a forward 4 that hits. Truth, not myth. It is the truth that round 1 has been taken dominantly by Kurly with Liu Kang here.
Yes. And, you know, one of the most dominating things about Liu Kang is that very fast-starting mid there, that forward 4 sequence. It's almost like he can never not have his turn. He's always going to challenge you with that forward 4, and it's going to lead into a guessing situation or a hit confirm into a lot of damage here. As you can just see, crushing blow, destroying the ribs of Cassie Cage as she is
used that
down.
double meter burn earlier to make sure the crushing blow was loaded, wanted to win it real quick. And so he does.
Yes.
Keeps it going even faster. OGG's with the sweep, wastes no time. Ready to go into game 2 confidently is Liu Kang here.
Look at the confidence on his face, just ready to go. He's like,
Yeah.
that's it, get up, let's go, game number 2.
Please press rematch. So it's rare that a character has the privilege in MK11 to choose between 2 9-frame mids. You talked about how great Liu Kang's forward 4 is because of how hit confirmable it is and how big it is for a 9-frame move. Liu Kang also has back 1, which is a little bit more of a staggerable 9-frame mid, which you can use to go into back 1-2-4 and lots of other different pressure strings.
Yeah, I think we actually have the names wrong, and these guys didn't desync. These guys did not desync the controllers.
Devices.
And that's what you got to look out for. It doesn't matter if you're playing on stream or not, but we do have the names wrong. Kurly is the Cassie Cage player.
You know, I feel like I remembered that.
Yes, that's what I would say. That's why I said Kurly. Kurly, yes, I remember. Kurly played Dragongod as our first match here. He was playing Cassie Cage and, you know, going toe-to-toe with Dragongod Skarlet. I remember the player, I remember the name, and I remember the character, but I just did not remember the classic ninja mask on his face.
Yeah.
So who took the first one then?
The first one definitely went to Liu Kang, Deadlyxrebel.
Okay.
Proving very deadly. Dominant. Still dominating here in game 2 as well.
This is scary. Crushing blow set up for Liu Kang either way, whether it's a back throw or a forward throw, and it's going to be just enough to take the rest of the health bar, but looking like he's going to hold on to it for the next round here, and he successfully does. Those requirements carry over from round to round to round.
In the same way that Liu has the privilege of choosing between 2 9-frame mids, he also chooses between 2 throw crushing blows. Whichever way he wants to put you, it's very, very hard to tuck throws against Liu Kang when he has one of those loaded. Speaking of crushing blows, with the mid-screen conversion here, spends the bar to make sure it does great damage.
Yeah, 28%, not too shabby for 1 bar and just a crushing blow just to get your opponent on the counter hit. That low amplified fireball, very tough to punish. So a lot of Liu Kang players just like throwing it out there, testing the opponent, testing how well they've labbed against those options.
Yeah, and options is very plural. He can cancel into straight fireball, which if they block all 3 is -4 on block. He can go into low fireball. Wow! Jump straight into crushing blow. Fatal blow with no actual cancel on the combo. Works out well. Deadlyxrebel takes the set. Finishing the point I was making, we didn't even get to see much of it because Deadlyxrebel's pressure was working so well with the way it was, but Liu Kang can also cancel into Shaolin stance and go for that low that's only -8 on block and has a lot of pushback. It is really difficult to know exactly how to punish him when he's going for pressure on you. You really have to make a read and commit.
Yes, yeah, you definitely do. It's kind of like one of those things where I like, when I'm on the defense against Liu Kang, the thing I like to do is try to predict one of the options and wait and look for it.
Yep.
So if I think he's going to stagger and go for a throw, I anticipate it and try to confirm it in my head as soon as I see it. Same thing with that low fireball. Very tough thing to punish. So if you guys are at home trying to lab anything, you're trying to make that Liu Kang matchup a little bit more in your favor, first thing you should do is learn how to lab and punish against a blocked low fireball amplified. Yep. Sometimes you got to just walk forward a little bit, and believe it or not, you can actually down two if your down two is far reaching enough, like Baraka's is. But again, it's just always very tough because you don't know if he's going to throw one fireball. You don't know if he's going to do nothing.
Yep.
You don't know if he's going to go into the full string with a giant gap in it that leaves him at +4. +4, and pretty much guaranteeing him another loop, because if you try to challenge there, you are going in for a world of hurt.
You essentially are dealing with a 5-frame mid at that point. Not even privileged Geras, Aaron Black, or Sub-Zero 6-frame down ones will help against that.
Privileged. Wow.
Yes. One of only three in the whole cast out of like 20-something characters.
6 frames is fast. 6 frames is very fast.
Yeah, certainly is. So another repeat appearance from a player we saw earlier in the pool. This time we have ElChakotay coming back with Sonya Blade, and we're going to properly remember that this time going in. Not familiar with his opponent yet, but we'll see who we hear at character select and be prepared to discuss something, because every character has some set of unique tools that is you really need to talk about in order to understand. And that's where we come in.
Yes, exactly. That's where we come in. We let you know what to look out for, what these characters like to do, and, you know, sometimes some of the weaknesses of characters. Sometimes characters lack very fast mids, so challenging them with down ones, down twos, and down threes, always a good idea when they're trying to get that pressure established, trying to get that conditioning established. And I was so teased there as he highlighted Shang Tsung, and he just didn't pick him. Instead, we're going to go with what we know, Sonya Blade here. As we are checking the buttons, again, always something you want to keep in mind. Not everyone plays the same buttons, not everyone plays default. And of course, we've got so many options there between the input timing window, crushing blows being able to be held.
You better have that on.
Yes, that's step number one. You have to have that on. Step number one to being a more serious player. You'd be surprised how many how many serious players actually don't have that on.
That's wild, Arma.
It's scary. It's scary out there. I mean, you know, sometimes people like to not want to risk those resources.
So, speaking of resources, we started with full, but Permodius already has no offensive bar ready. Amplified a few fireballs, but flawless blocking. Definitely, yeah, another roll. Permodius clearly using a lot of his meter, both defensive and offensive, to take a lot of momentum here in round one. Has ElChakotay in the corner now.
And again, there you're gonna almost never see Liu Kang miss his turn to swing. As soon as he blocks anything, it is very hard to contest that mid. You either have to be far enough to make it whiff, or you have to have something ridiculously plus. And in this game, ridiculously plus means just plus at all. To interrupt that 9-frame mid. And hold on, here we go. Sonya cashing in on that fatal blow. It's gonna be enough. Definitely after this shot to the head, and definitely after this boot stomp to the face.
Overkill on the boot stomp, but thankfully, Permodius can be happy that Sonya has cornered herself with her fatal blow use.
Yes.
Liu Kang has a strong corner game and gets much more damage off of his forward 4-string crushing blow in the corner. Definitely going to be hunting for it here because he needs something big. Already losing a lot of life to Sonya's chip and zoning.
And you have to keep in mind that fatal blow is a finite resource. It's only available once per game,
look
and
what I
it goes
called.
away. Yes, here we go.
Breakaway on the table though instead. ElChakotay down a lot of resources now and still cornered from Permodius. Takes his turn after the block down 3. Great counter poke, ducks the throw but doesn't get the full punish.
Oh, and here we go, gonna easily hit confirm in here, amplifying it twice. Not sure if he did one before as a requirement. It requires 3. Yes, he did 3 of them. But again, I don't know if he needed that, considering how much life he had. He didn't have to worry about fatal blow. So I think, in my opinion, that was a little bit of a waste of a resource.
It might have just been his instinct to be holding the 4 button during the bicycle kick.
It could, yep.
And, ooh, great flawless block to the flying kick. maybe forgot that he used the Crushing Blow earlier. Commits the whole string on counter hit, but no combo anymore. Crushing Blow was broken away from earlier. This is a pretty interesting zoning game right here because Liu Kang's low fireball obviously cannot be ducked in the same way that Sonya's rings can be ducked unless the Amplify comes out. We haven't seen that Crushing Blow hit yet, and it would actually kill at this, almost kill at this percentage. Permodius right outside of Fatal Blow.
That's going to be a big punish here. Going to go into it. No! Gets the breakaway, the last chance that she decides to do anything but block in that instance. And Permodius, despite going down in that first round of the Fatal Blow, makes the comeback. 2 rounds straight, taking that first game. Again, first to 2 setting here. What do you like to say?
First to 2, boy. Hopefully the whole community likes to say that. We've seen how it actually does not change predicted results as much as we first thought in the case of the infamous pop-off that I will never stop talking about until the end of the game's life.
Great pop-off. One of the best.
Ooh, great anti-air stand 1, full conversion from Permodius, looking incredibly strong. We've had the privilege of seeing a lot of Liu Kang here for the past 2 matches. We haven't seen a parry from him yet, and that's another Crushing Blow that is devastating from Liu Kang.
Yeah, definitely a Crushing Blow that makes you never, ever want to wake up against Liu Kang because it risks so much on the table. But hold on, Sonya turning it around here, but Liu Kang just fighting back with that 1-2. A great string that leaves him at plus and just applies so much pressure if you don't duck under those 2 high hits.
Leaves him plus on block, hit confirmable on hit, but Sonya, being a woman in this game, can actually forcibly low profile the 1-2 hits, even if she's duck blocking. Unfortunate for Liu Kang, but Permodius doesn't really care. He's making the most of all of his pressure very confidently. That stand 4 is also +1 on block, so great use of the entry mid afterwards. Permodius clearly very knowledgeable, gets the Crushing Blow that he spent 2 amplifies before as well, and got the 1 earlier. 3 equals the Crushing Blow. Permodius quick over ElChakotay.
And just down wanting him. We're going to keep it nice and classy because we love everyone at home and don't want anything to get stricken.
Yeah, we love our YouTube money.
Yes, yes we do. So instead, just going to end it off with a down 1. And going to continue on. I believe that was the winner's side. Not 100% sure, but you guys can follow along on Smash.gg. I cannot say that enough. It's just revolutionized so much of the fighting game experience, not only as a tournament organizer, as a spectator, as a viewer at home. You can really just dive in and see what has happened so far. Again, not really any huge upsets. You know, the people who made it into winners, notable names, the ones that you kind of already know. It's top 16, so 8 people made it into the winners bracket of top 16, and 8 people are going to be making it into the lower bracket where they're going to fight for their life.
I'm going to make a healthy assumption that Permodius was in winners just based on how good that Liu Kang was.
That was good. That was really good, yeah.
Saw
Definitely.
the anti-air stand 1, using even the untraditional plus frame on block attacks like Liu Kang's stand 4, and just lots of knowledgeable play, confident even against the small hurt box of Sonya. Permodius is looking good. I think we'll see more of him later.
Yeah, but it's tough, and it exists in like every fighting game where like the the hurt boxes of your characters do differ, whether you're playing a giant character, a medium-sized character, or a smaller character. You know, it goes as far back as the beginning of time. So it's something that you need to watch out for. Sometimes you need to adjust your combos for specific matchups. Sometimes you can extend your combos into more optimized things on the bigger bodies technically, or usually. So
and sometimes in this game, you do have all those options across a lot of the cast, but also sometimes you just have to throw caution to the wind because there's breathing hurt boxes in this game that shift independently, and sometimes stuff will
like
whiff,
touching you but not touching you.
Yeah, it's like the highest form of footsies when the character does it themselves. You don't even have to press anything. They're still moving and dodging. Breathing hurt boxes are pretty interesting.
It's so much, again, so much to take into account, but all these top players do because they do their homework. They study the matchups. They look at the tech videos. They create tech in order to kind of conceptualize it a little bit easier for themselves and for everybody at home. And you just learn more and more, and it's so tough. It's always just like an evolving thing. I mean, if you look at the game week 1, week 2, being played very differently now.
Yep, I'm sure somebody out there, I don't know who yet, but somebody has the breath data for the breathing hurt boxes.
Breath? Okay. You know,
frame data is only step 1. We need that breath data next as we continue to optimize MK11.
Gotta optimize, and that's what these guys are always looking for. They're looking for that optimized damage. They're looking for the optimized Oki situation where they knock you down and they can kind of just stop all your options that you're looking for. Stop the down one. Stop, you know, the anything. The wake up options. The rolls.
Healthy amount of wake up options. In this game.
And you can stop those down ones with the Zowie BenQ monitor. That lag-free goodness. The RL2455 TS, $50 off. Only available from BenQ Direct and Zowie Direct. You can use the promo code ZowieDTN19 at checkout.
Never in my life will I ever try to counter poke on a regular television again. Only on the Zowie, which I actually play on at home.
Yep.
Highly recommend.
But like, I can definitely get Kollector Cup. Shouts to Kollector Cup. KollectorCup.com. Check out the coupon for 10% off using the promo code DTN10. Also, Air Force. Shouts to the Air Force. Air Force Mid-Atlantic. Make sure you check them out on Instagram. Fighting from above, the most intelligent way to protect freedom. What a slogan. What?
Yeah.
All right, I have one more. Let's see where it is. Oh, yep, and of course we have the Matcherino link. Exclamation point MK11 in chat, guys. We're at $1,000.06, $685 right now. So here's how you guys contribute. Show you guys how on the screen. Sign in with Facebook, Google, Twitch, or Twitter to the Matcherino site. Once you are there, click contribute. Promo code is DTNMK11. You will donate 50 cents to the prize pool. But make sure to check out our click sponsors, which donate more to the tournament. Houston Outlaws, 30 cents for a follow. GameStop, that's like well over $2 and some change right there if you do all those calls to action. So those like likes on YouTube, retweets on Twitter, visit their website. 24-Hour Fitness, bunch of sponsor quests as well, just for clicking. Also check out these Twitter quests as well, and you know, let's show these companies at the FGC definitely will engage with their brands and also increases the prize pool. Up next,
finished my sponsor quest during that ad break.
Awesome.
So keep it going.
Let's see who's Gur's opponents.
We got Gur versus somebody who is
Gur and Frostyace.
Frostyace. I hear some. Yes, of course. Frostyace. How could it not be a Sub-Zero player if not a Frost player?
Gotta be one or the other.
Sand on ice. So we haven't seen what variation Frosty picked, but I'm going to make a healthy assumption that it's Thin Ice. Lots of very versatile tools in Thin Ice compared to the strong 50. Yep. Already seeing the tool.
Yeah,
Air Ice.
So Thin Ice, what you got to look for and you got to notice is the fact that he doesn't have the shoulder. Instead, he has the regularly equipped slide and all those full-screen projectiles, mid-screen projectiles, and of course the air projectile at his disposal.
The air projectile, definitely what you'll see a lot of safe use of from Frostyace.
However, you want to call that safe?
We're calling that one highly unsafe. Gur exposes me right on stream, gets the 1-1 with punish in the full combo, gets 330 damage rounding up, jumps over wake up, keeps it nice and safe. That's really the trademark of Gur's play. Safety.
Yeah,
he will pressure you so safely. Get this Oki. Probably settle for a safe option here with such a life lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be safety until he has to dig into that bag of tricks and take a few risks at high-level play. But watch your feet. As soon as you're scared of that slide from Sub-Zero, that's when you immobilize yourself as you're looking for the low. So he's looking to condition Gur. Not sure if he thought it was going to be enough or he just thought a random hit was going to connect. Looked like an input error to me.
Yeah, I think so.
That
he
is
was probably
very
looking to walk back and then forward 2, got back forward 2. Gur almost gets punished pretty badly there. Frostyace does have 2 slides stored for a potential crushing blow on after the third EX slide. So Frostyace does have some resources going in this one, including full meter for both players.
Oh, what a slide here, amplifying it, cashing it in as it's the third one. So much damage, nearly 32%.
Yep,
looking for that ice ball
has been
trade.
fulfilled almost as soon as I talked about it. Speaking of prophecy, Geras writing history here, putting Sub-Zero back in the corner where he belongs. Towards the corner, not quite in it yet. Now we're moving towards it. Ooh, stores the down back 2. And that's actually a real frame trap. Charge into frame trap. Frostyace wasn't ready. Gur ready for the confirm. Gets his damage.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like they see him charging up that gauntlet and it's like, okay, it's my turn to swing. Gur says, no, it's not. A big crushing blow here by finishing that very unsafe overhead string. Yep. The backbreaker doesn't hit on its own, so it's not going to lead into a crushing blow. But Gur looking to finish this out here. The punish, gonna lead into it. The big neck chop, and that is going to be all she wrote for that first game. Gur going up 1-0. Not sweating it at all, looking completely poised and calm here.
Yeah, Geras provided a nice massage there at the end, using the most infamous Geras crushing blow right at the end of the first match. Got another one loaded in going into game 2. We'll see it on projectile
nice, adjustment there.
Yeah, like I would ask Geras had I met him to just run that for me and see how good it feels.
And if he kills you by mistake, just say, can you please just rewind time and bring me back to life?
And what a good fair. Hey,
Oh.
wow. There it is again. It looked even more comfortable that time.
A chiropractor's dream here as Geras looking to body splash here. Great throw escape from Geras. He knew which side it was, or maybe he just happened to be pressing that button. No jump in here from Gur, instead playing it very patiently, looking for that shoulder charge spacing, but not finding it here. The down 4, but doesn't really cash in here. The down 4 doesn't really lead into damage, but leads into great situations.
Right, because the down 4 makes an opponent stagger and hit stun for usually 18 frames across the cast, and they're standing during that hit stun, so you can use your high attacks. Wow, the only person who's more comfortable imagining getting hit by that than us is Gur being so comfortable using that attack for what, the 6th time in that round. So many down back 1 lows. Oki every time. Gur really sending a message. He loves this special move. Geras loves it too. Ooh, quick back 2 and a low. Lands for Frostyace.
Yeah, that's definitely a thin ice specific thing. The overhead into the low, you really have to be ready for it. And if you do block it, very, very punishable here. And speaking of punishes, gonna punish that roll as you cannot block right away as soon as that roll animation's done. Goes for the low, the tricky but very unsafe stuff.
You can't blame Frostyace for wanting to block low there, wanting to block overhead, knowing that the overhead has the crushing blow, which still hasn't been used. Geras 1-1-1. Very scary, and after this attack, the 1-1 on its own might kill if Geras gets the crushing blow. And so he goes for it, but doesn't get the crushing blow. Frostyace just gets hit, keeps himself alive. Dying now, though, to 15% off this chop. Oh, chip, actually.
Yeah, not enough. Oh, hold on a second here. Gonna cash in. He can make this comeback. He does have fatal blow. If he gets a clean freeze, never mind here. Gur shutting it down completely, going into the brutal, and you guys can't see it, but the eyes are popping out of his head as Geras just tosses that corpse.
In the same way that Frosty looked a little bit shocked. Eyes like wide open. What did Gur and Geras just do to me? How many times did I just get down back 1'd?
Too many
probably
times.
felt infinite, in the same way that Geras can do that infinitely. Respawning, reviving, always. Crushing blow, crushing blow, crushing blow.
Just hit too many times. But hey, man, you only get the crushing blows once per game. So
of course,
once it's cashed in there, once it's utilized, you don't have to be so scared of that option anymore. You know what I mean?
But it's burned into the other player's head.
It
for
hurts,
sure.
man. It hurts. It hurts. The back is broken. The neck, as we said before, just like perfectly adjusted there.
Massaged. You can hear the crack.
It's good. It's a nice free adjustment by Geras. So
adjustment of the life bar as well, 33% every time.
So that was the winner's side. That puts Gur into the winner's finals of his pool, where he is going to be meeting Deadlyxrebel, though the winner of Deadlyxrebel or Permodius.
So those were both of the Liu Kang players we saw.
Yes.
So
yes.
If they're, I can't see towards the stage right now, but
it's okay.
we may be seeing a mirror. Yeah, I might have to borrow those
No,
glasses.
oh, like here, I'll switch the shot. So
it's okay, but we are going to go over to, I think, either the loser side or the lower bracket of Pool 7 or Pool 8. And I'm just going to fill you in on what's going on in Pool number 7, or on Smash.gg, it's SC2. Splash making it all the way to winners finals as far as I can see. Your brother Ludi,
yep,
they're only one match away from making it into that winners finals if this bracket is completely updated. And
you can worry not. That match, if we see it, will be incredibly hype. Ludi and I have left a little bit of Lotus Fist. We have plenty of matches to watch from NLBC where Splash plays regularly. So we'll see. Hopefully that match on stream, knowing it's winners finals.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, and I said it before, that pool in my pick personally was Destroyer to make it out of that pool. He still is in winners, and if he wins his next match, he's going to be playing your brother. So a lot of pressure there in the winner semi-final.
Do we know who's up yet or not yet?
I do not.
Okay, I'm going to get the update for you in a sec.
Well, we did see the player on the left earlier, and we're in that unblockable mix-up situation now where we have to remember exactly who they were. Okay, well.
Are these the two Liu Kang players in that first
pool?
pool?
So. Yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to have Permodius and Deadlyxrebel. Don't know which side yet, unfortunately. But, yes, Liu Kang, we are trying to remember. Okay, uses the mid-screen crushing blow. And the other Liu Kang player chooses to break away when there's not really much mid-screen damage on that crushing blow compared to what it is in the corner. But I guess the Liu Kang player values his life. which the purple Liu Kang will call him.
The purple Liu Kang is definitely what we're going to be calling him here. And you know, mirror matches I find so interesting because, you know, you're playing a player who knows all your options, and you're also playing a player that knows that you know all his options.
Borrowing the language of Street Fighter's Punk, a mirror match proves who is the alpha.
Well, right now, one of these Liu Kang players are proving to be the alpha, pretty much in control there. Didn't really even go below that 50% mark on their life bar.
And keeping the life lead going now, looks like purple Liu Kang's still cornered. The Kaiten Hive is proving really difficult for this Liu Kang player, who now takes his second EX Fireball right to the face. That's 26% damage so far just on hit from those EX Fireballs. Tons of chip, but this purple Liu Kang now fighting his way out. Meter burns twice for more corner carry and storing the crushing blow. You're going to need that if you want to come back in a set like this, game like this.
Oh, the wake up 3, so dangerous to do against Liu Kang, especially because that parry can end your life quickly. Yep. And because the wake ups cost 1 bar of defensive meter, you're not going to be able to break away from those combos. So always leads into damage.
Fatal blow on the table for both players. We could see a scramble, we could see somebody trying to armor through. No longer available for the player 1 Liu Kang. Purple one cannot armor through anything. He doesn't have the life. He certainly can't afford getting full punished by our blue and gold Liu Kang player here.
Yeah, and all that was
presumably Permodius.
Yes, I think that is Permodius. I remember him down 2ing at the end of his other game, so we
trademark.
don't know which one of these is Permodius.
Oh, okay, I got it. So Permodius and Deadlyxrebel, X-Rebel?
Yes, Deadlyxrebel. These are the 2 Liu Kang players going at it, but we don't know which one is which, or even if they're sitting on the correct side, but either way. And what a punish to that low fireball! He could have easily amplified it into another one, but just said, you know what, I'm going to challenge it and I'm going to punish it.
And he uses 1, 2, 3 as well as 7 frame normal from Liu Kang, being extra quick. You need to use those quick normals for such quick, tight reactions and anticipation. Whichever one it was, it worked out great for Deadlyxrebel, who we are now believing is the blue and gold Liu Kang player.
Yeah, we actually don't know. So we watched the VOD. We're sorry, guys.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. And what a punish here. Completely textbook here. The middle blow, but hold on. The full screen. Flying kick. Hold on. Can he make this comeback? Can he call it out? And he goes for the interactable. The few options that start up on armor very quickly if you utilize both bars to just activate and have multiple withstanding armor heads. Smart move. You gotta always know where you are on every single stage, every single scenario in this game, and that's why I love it.
You know, I skipped one step talking earlier. We were talking about optimizing characters, frame data, breath data, but the stage data is a little bit more important than the breath data.
I think a little bit more important, yes. A little bit more practical here. What a throw escape, and we know that those Liu Kang throws are very deadly when you guess incorrectly. And what a conversion! The bicycle kick does not get punished.
Yep, great crossover jump kick conversion. Love to see those. They're really damaging when you can get them. You got to be at the right spot, though.
I mean, he's been absolutely incredible with these throw escapes, reacting, and right there in mid-screen, it's definitely a 50-50. You don't know if he's going for forward throw, you don't know if he's going for back throw, so it could have easily been teched incorrectly here.
So Gold Liu Kang's going to be probably looking to throw a little bit more unpredictably. Maybe he should put himself more towards the corner with his throws just to lower the likelihood that the throws get kept.
Oh, checking him there, and again, so many options that come from this string. You don't know if it's just going to be 1 low fireball, no low fireball, or 2. And hold on, crushing blow going to cash in. This is do or die for him.
Do or die. Fatal blow back on the table for the Liu Kang that we think is Deadlyxrebel. Running out of, has no health to armor with though, so it's just going to have to be a whip punish or something. Dies to chip.
Unfortunately there, that definitely is a high fireball that he could have ducked under. He could have kept blocking, and that could have easily been a full combo punish into a fatal blow. No breakaway situation there.
We did see earlier though that it paid off when the Liu Kang went for just a quick stand 1, punishing the single low fireball, so maybe he was going for that again. A little bit less likely though, knowing that chip was a huge factor.
And, you know, this is going to be a 1-1 situation here. That score is all tied up. Now, this is where it hurts. When you get him in the corner, yes, only option you can do, break away because you don't want to eat all that damage. Get a little breathing room, get a little bit of real estate for yourself as Deadlyxrebel just walking him down the corner, walking on his chest, and bringing him coast to coast here.
And look how slow that defense rate is coming back for Deadlyxrebel. Finally gets 1 bar back. The breakaway itself, the crushing blow is worth it, even without the damage, just to take the meter away. It's a huge resource. Ooh, committed full to. Oh! Nice bit of blow on the table. What?
He was expecting the breakaway, and
I
it
suppose
just
so,
never
but
happened.
even if a breakaway is on the table, Fatal Blow breaks through breakaway.
Yes,
And
yes, it does. I mean, I think he was definitely trying to hold on to it. I think he was looking for something, maybe trying to react to the breakaway so he can react with the down 2 and continue the pressure, but it just never came. You know, sometimes not breaking away can throw your opponent for a huge mix-up.
Yeah, yeah, similar mechanic to bursting in other fighting game titles. It's important to know when it's coming.
Exactly, exactly. You can play against it. You can put
That's
yourself
an
in the best
easy whip
situation.
punish.
Oh, what a whiffer here. Going into the crushing blow. 35%. So much damage dropped the other end, but it doesn't matter. Momentum back on his side. Is Deadlyxrebel going to close this out? Looking for the back throw. Doesn't see it coming.
Permodius has a lot of resources. Fatal Blow still on the table. Has me the block though. Ooh, great interrupt. Catches in on Fatal Blow because 1-2-3 string is a pretty damaging way to go into Fatal Blow. I don't think the Oki situation for the follow-up after the Fatal Blow is so good for Liu Kang here, but he does have meter to spend on fireballs, and so he does.
Yes, he does. Not going in for the second one, but getting clipped, and it was all just a matter of time, waiting for the trade, waiting for it to be in his favor, and he kept calm. He didn't panic.
Life is a resource, and so you gamble with it, looking for that trade. It's never going to be easy in a mirror match when you don't have the life lead to win by zoning.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, the trades, very tough to find those situations where you are at an advantage. And again, the opponent is always going to know what your options are in that mirror match, especially at a high level here. So that player is going to be moving on to the winners finals of this pool. And
hey,
oh
look.
my God, here we have, I think it's going to be Destroyer versus someone very dear to you.
Is it?
I believe so.
We'll see.
That should have been the next match for Destroyer, as Destroyer's match prior to facing your brother
The dramatic
was
reveal.
already started.
I see. Okay.
So unless that happened off stream really quickly, and this is the one after that, but I'm pretty sure I have it just right here.
We'll see if it's jinxed or not.
No.
You know, this player, not so dear to me yet, but we'll see. We'll see if he wins my heart.
Let's see. Let's see.
I think he needs headset help.
Oh, okay.
So this has to still be. So on Smash.gg, it said it was already started, but it hasn't started It hasn't started yet. It looks like they were queued up, but then they realized, wow, what a great match to throw on stream. I believe this is going to be Hype Destroyer versus SN Eddnog. Not Eggnog, but instead of 2 G's, they do 2 D's. Eddnog.
Okay, okay.
So again,
The Nog of Eds.
follow home on Smash.gg. Again, interact, see who's going where, see who made it, see who didn't make the cut, and you know, just anticipate, make those predictions, make those fantasy brackets on who is going to be taking home that first place prize.
Fantasy MK11 brackets is definitely the future. Thank you for giving me such a great idea.
One day we will. One day we'll be in the bars screaming for our favorite Mortal Kombat players. However, that day,
for now,
not upon us yet.
For now, we lean our elbows on the commentary table instead, screaming about MK11.
There we go.
The game, it causes the screams pretty naturally. Crushing blow, fatal blow, scrambles, high commitment, decision making.
Yes.
These are the things we love in fighting games. It's what's going to be put to the test between these two players who still chilling at the main menu, putting some controllers in.
So now Destroyer has, you know, he's I want to say I still consider him new school. Really made his mark during the MKX days with that HQT Predator.
Yeah.
Those crispy, beautiful cancels, all those projectiles, especially in a game where very few projectiles could really hold you down.
Yep.
And he really just made a name for himself, became an incredible streamer, streaming nothing but just hypeness as he just screams on the mic and just fills you up with so much rage as he's just going through. Didn't really fit well with Injustice 2, but definitely making his mark here in Mortal Kombat 11.
So we did know that in the past at your tournament in New Jersey, Destroyer did play Kollector, but he now plays Geras, so it's probably more likely that Destroyer is player one playing Geras against a Kollector player, ironically, right?
That is interesting. So if he loses to this Kollector player, he has zero excuses.
Zero excuses. Could even switch to the mirror. See that back in the pack Kollector.
Yes.
See what he's all about.
Back in the pack. This is the one that's going to have access to those teleports. So always watch out, as he's always one teleport away from getting in.
Yeah, so Destroyer got a stand one connection earlier, and this time he committed to the mix-up early. The hit confirm into back 4-2 was on the table, but Destroyer committed to the mix-up instead. Ooh, great flawless block. Maybe even didn't mean the flawless block. Lots of stance gauntlet holds from Destroyer, not getting interrupted yet from Eddnog. Kollector does have pretty big viable mids to try and contest some of these cancels.
You know what it is, though? It's very unorthodox play, and I think right now Eddnog is just not, not expecting it. No, I've seen very few Geras, especially doing it right out the gate like that.
Yeah, it's normally something you condition for.
Exactly, it's definitely something you condition for, but I love the move here, the extra layer of, mix-up from Destroyer to kind of go in there already assuming his opponent is very respectful and already very conditioned.
And so the same condition will just happen in opposite order, and it could be just as effective. He could completely stop using the cancels later, and as a result get 4-2-2 into throw, or canceling into other stuff, or just the string.
I mean, hey, look, fighting games are all about knowing exactly what your opponent wants to do and when they want to do it. Great challenge here, but doesn't go into a full combo. Destroyer looking for the fake throw there, instead going right with those oppressive buttons from Geras.
Yeah, I love that Destroyer sticks to you like glue, and he'll do it by any means necessary. Taking the forward one shoulder move from Geras and going into the gauntlet cancel just to make sure he can stay close.
Now that was dominating.
Yeah, he earns his namesake of Destroyer. It's clearly what he wants to do with every fiber of his being, no matter how many gauntlet cancels it takes.
I want to say that was just him running him over. I mean, I barely saw a fight. I saw great challenges, but I saw not great execution there.
Eddnog's still ready to bounce right back in, though.
Yeah, not really taking a breather here. Again, not committing to the whole string, going into that, and Destroyer, again, one of the few players that are going to know the ins and outs of Kollector. He really wanted to play this character and just gave up. Said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I care more about winning.
Well, Eddnog obviously cares about winning too, being in a fighting game tournament, but still hasn't been able to show much of what Kollector can do yet. So convincing Destroyer, it's going to take quite a few adjustments now from Eddnog.
Oh, a little bit of a short hop, but doesn't get punished. Does have time to block, but doesn't block this overhead as it leads into a crushing blow for 33%. And that's going to be all she wrote. Destroyer 1 round away from taking this in a swift 2-0 fashion.
Destroyer letting destruction follow everywhere he goes. Overhead crushing blow after overhead crushing blow. He's gotten one in every game so far. And it might be the last one we see if Destroyer keeps Eddnog cornered and gets this game coming up. Ooh, breakaway right before the back forward one.
That was
expensive breakaway
timing
towards the end of the combo, but he at least gets out of the freeze.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's not the easiest thing to do, because if you're a little too late on that timing, that freeze is going to keep you there. The down 2 punish.
Yep, too early on the forward 3 from Kollector. Kollector whiffs, gets down 2, is running out of life, will die in a single throw here.
Yeah, one of the greatest, oh, hold on, just like you called it out there, probably thinking inside of Destroyer's head. He's 1 throw away. It's probably the easiest way. And of course, we can't see that little crushing blow there.
Oh,
the
normally
automatic
in gameplay
crushing
we
blow.
can see it. But I think that car interactable is like more brutal than any of the fatalities or brutalities in the whole game. Somehow just the way every character, even if they're a character that doesn't normally like kick hard, they're all programmed just to kick you so hard in that car door. It's weird. Like, I mean,
it's like they put your head on the car and then they just drop an anvil right through there, squishing your brain.
It's like a move that Jax would obviously do, Johnny, maybe like the Brawlers, but you see like Kollector use his weird Nakondan leg and just kick you so hard in the car door. It's just hysterical.
It is great. I mean, look, universal options available for everyone here. Sorry guys, lights going out, but that's okay. We're gonna keep it rocking here.
Oh, the light died?
A nice little shade here. Didn't die. It was actually kicked into, but that's okay.
As we talked about brutally kicking enemies into car doors, one of our streamers brutally kicked the light straight into the off position.
Just didn't want to deal with it. Said, you know what? MK is a dark game. Let's get into the mood. Let's set up the lighting and set up the stage. But like you said, I'm really excited for this next match. And again, you guys can follow along on Smash.gg. It should be Destroyer going into that winner semifinals against that very impressive Kabal that we saw. Hopefully we get that on stream, but there's a chance we might not, as there's a lot of other things going on in the other pool. We saw Gur advancing his way through with incredible gear. Both pools have incredible Geras players. but
No
I
shortage.
I don't think one is better than the other in any sense of the way. And they play so differently. We saw Destroyer out the gate. When money's on the line, everything on the line, he was ready to look for that preconditioned situation.
Yep.
Throw out those gauntlets, charge him up over and over again. But we do have Gur coming up on stage now for you all. And Gur is going to be, this is the winners finals of Gur's pool, and he's going to be going up against Deadlyxrebel. Now, I don't remember if we had the names right or not. Was it Deadlyxrebel winning that Liu Kang?
It would have had to be.
I know, but I don't know if we had the name right.
Oh, I don't either. I think we saw Golden Liu Kang take it over Purple. That's how I remember that set. So, Golden Liu Kang.
I remember Deadlyxrebel's name being on the right side.
That's good. We can associate the Golden Liu Kang winning with the gold on Deadlyxrebel's shirt here.
There we go.
Randolph Macon football, perhaps using whatever he took in his high school football experience, transferring it to Liu Kang, the competitive ideology, the ability to just make somebody hurt really bad. Deadlyxrebel's got it all.
Yes, he definitely has it all. And, he's just been doing a great job. Again, what Liu Kang is so good at is making sure that he takes his turn back. So I'm going to be very curious as to what kind of setups Gur has because I feel like it's an unstoppable force moving, clashing with an immovable object, where Gur just doesn't want to let you have your turn. And Liu Kang is just perfectly equipped to always taking that turn back. As soon as he blocks anything you do, he is ready to go with that forward four, those two mid kicks to just set up everything Liu Kang wants to do.
And Geras gives Liu Kang a great opportunity to flex his 9-frame forward 4 mid attack after Geras uses his 4-2-1-2 string on block, which happens pretty frequently because 4-2-1-2 is a generally gapless, full combo on hit, safe on block string. That's only -3 or so on block, meaning many Gerases like to down one after as people like to use their highs to try and counter poke, use their slower mids. But Geras is down 6 frames after a -3 move. There's plenty of opportunity for Geras to just hit you out and annoy you, but not against a 9-frame mid. Liu Kang has 2 of those to choose from to force his turn back into existence, not like Geras get away with it. But that sets up some potential, I think, for Gur to be cognizant of the 9-frame mid and back up and try to whiff punish it. Liu Kang's 4-4 is very whiff punishable, and Geras has great whiff punish normals with forward 3 knee, forward 1, forward 2-1-2 for a full combo.
And Gur, of course, being the first to use the interactables in this set here. He loves them. He was the master of them in the Injustice 2 days, and he is not looking to stop anytime soon, even after they were all severely nerfed. Great challenge there by Gur, but doesn't get anything going. He was looking to interrupt the string or looking to interrupt any kind of throw attempt, and he lets go of the block, but doesn't get a full combo. Great flawless block there from Gur. So Deadlyxrebel needs to mix it up a little bit. Maybe not poking back on the first available string. I'm sorry, the first available frame, but poking back a little bit later to throw off that flawless block timing.
Yeah, as the players get to know each other, we'll see delays, very intentional delays to discourage Geras players from trying to flawless block up 2, which is one of his strongest options. I mean, a full combo seemingly pulled out of nowhere is what he has on offer anytime he up 2 something on a flawless block.
Hold on, Deadlyxrebel looking to take this first round here. Gur checking him there with the down 1, trying to feel his opponent out, and said, you know what, I'm just throwing caution to the wind, going for the low. What's going to be the mix-up?
Fatal Blow still on the table for Gur and would certainly kill after this throw is landed. He could do it raw, he could do it as a whip punish, he could eat a roll with it, and so he does. Gur taking round 1 out of nowhere.
I mean, what a life deficit that was. What a comeback here. But again, you have to waste those finite resources. That Fatal Blow, as incredible as it is, just goes away on hit just like everybody else's. So Gur now cannot rely on that Fatal Blow. He's got to win this with the remaining crushing blows he still has.
Crushing blows and regular combos, which we can see plenty of from Geras in the warding, can always confirm into back forward 2 for a lot of damage off 2-hit strings, such as forward 2-1. Ooh, there's the flawless block.
And for no resources at all, you make it very unsafe on block.
He took that frame data, made it his own. Great punish from Gur. Deadlyxrebel takes his turn back, uses his crushing blow on his throw. Did you remember that? I didn't remember that.
Oh yes, he has it on both ways, so he can do the back throw or the forward throw here after failed tech on. What a whip punish here! The flying kick just barely not getting to Geras' face, and Gur taking him for a ride, throwing him on the beta spikes, jumping in, and what an anti-air!
That's a sign of a huge, God, the knowledge from both of these players is very high. Fatal Blow on the table for Deadlyxrebel. He could blow through something, but he won't need to. Settles for a throw, could use, yep.
And that's very scary because that was a failed tech attempt there by Gur, if I remember seeing that correctly here.
And so the other Crushing Blow throw is loaded now.
Yes, I believe that is his forward throw. His back throw is the one where he breaks your spine, and the forward throw is where he breaks your face. And you gotta watch out for those interactables. Again, they might not be the best, but hey, Gur is looking to use anything he can.
Yeah, all resources are good resources. So at the full screen game we were seeing earlier, which we might be seeing again shortly, we saw that Gur was able to use his low trap, watch his Deadlyxrebel try to flying kick punish, and then duck under the punish attempt, which is a sign that Gur has really high knowledge of this matchup, perhaps even more than Deadlyxrebel. And it's showing real true, as on the last hit of the combo. Gur takes game one, puts...
Yeah, man, 36% for one amplified bar. That is not too shabby, and perfectly just enough to get that victory for Gur. And that was an incredible first game, first of all. That was, I mean, Deadlyxrebel is here to play. He is here to prove that he can hang with one of the best. And Gur has to be shaking just a little bit. Not saying he's straight out nervous, but definitely not as calm and collected as he was before. The anti-air down one. And Gur taking that momentum right after that breakaway and said, you know what, here's the throw for trouble. Oki set up and the challenge with the down one.
Whatever nervousness Gur felt earlier, he's channeling it into an elevation of his play, showing that he can anti-air down one on his own in the same way that Deadlyxrebel can. Ooh, Crushing Blow throw already. Life lead taken for Deadlyxrebel.
31%, that is not too shabby for a throw. It is a little bit risky, but always loves to pay off.
And so, Oki here in full resources for Gur once again. Gur plays it safe, looking for Liu Kang's wake-ups perhaps. Liu Kang players actually don't like to wake up 3 as much because uniquely his wake up 3 leaves the opponent incredibly far away. So it's not too good of a situation on hit. Ooh, see, that's the range where Gur loves to use the low sand. Yeah. Because it's the range where flying kick from Liu Kang is not a punish on block.
Exactly.
And so Deadlyxrebel's not going for the flying kicks anymore, especially knowing that Gur knows to duck under the flying kick punish attempts and get a Crushing Blow combo if he wants. Yeah. He won't need it at this life because, man, both these players are about to die.
Oh, that's going to be a punish. Of course, you don't want to test Gur, but he did cash in on that Crushing Blow, I think, a little bit too hasty, yeah. Unnecessarily.
Yeah, back forward 2 is still available on that string as a cancel on the ground, and that would have killed on its own. No meter necessary, but you know, it's rare that Geras players outside of New Era get the opportunity to use the 4-1-3-4 Crushing Blow, and so do it for style. Hype yourself up.
That's it, man. Just make a statement here. Say, you know what? I don't need the Crushing Blow requirements. Oh, going in, and I don't think that comboed at all, because I did see a little bit of a hesitation there from Gur.
Yep.
If you go back and look at it.
That's a happy little reset right there.
Oh, yeah. Happy little resets. We all know those Bob Ross quotes.
Yeah.
FGC Bob Ross.
Yes. Follow that account immediately.
Jumping in, and they're
stagger
there.
Immediately, says Deadlyxrebel.
Oh, trying to just stop it from rolling back, and hold on, here we go. He can make it happen. He gets another clean hit, and then another clean hit at the Fatal Blow. This could be enough here.
Yep,
where is he going to be?
Would be.
Oh, he's looking for it.
Fatal Blow back on the table. We could see down one Fatal Blow as a way to check somebody. Oh, the parry, the full commitment. Deadlyxrebel wanted to finish this round with style, put himself in a confident position going into round 3, but there is no round 3. Gur takes the set 2-0, clearing his full winners.
And I love that Gur just perfectly hit confirmed there into the Fatal Blow, not giving him any kind of chance to break away, not giving the execution of his fingers any kind of chance to just misplay or hit the wrong thing. Instead, real easy, both triggers, switch stance and block right into so much damage. Now Gur gonna be finding his way. This now solidifies Gur into the top 16 on the winner's side, or the upper bracket for everyone who likes the nice guy terminology, where he is going to be facing Sonic Fox to get into that top 8 winners. Now this is incredible because that means either Sonic Fox or Gur will not be getting into that top 8 winners. Instead, one of them is going to have to fight through the lower bracket where your tournament life is at stake. In a double elimination situation, you gotta watch out because you're down to your last life, man. It hurts. The pressure's on.
Some people channel that pressure to the best play of their lives, and some people crack. And I'm excited to see either. From the commentator desk, it doesn't hurt me to talk about people cracking. I know I've done it a lot myself. It hurts when I'm up there, but when you see it happen, it's really something to behold.
It's tough, man. No, it is. And it's, you know, sometimes you see, you know, 2 guys going at it, you know, they play in casuals and one wins typically 100% of the time over the other one, but when it comes down to a tournament setting, they just, one is able to clutch it out, one is able to channel and control those nerves a little bit better than the other. And of course, that is a great strength to have as a tournament player, as anyone who's ever in a situation where the adrenaline is just rushing really deep in the blood that's going through your veins. It's tough, man. It is tough to hold on to that.
The ability to tolerate it and channel it into something good is something that you gain with tournament experience. Plenty of tournament experience players in this top 16. You can see that repeatedly traveling over years of your life really has a lot of benefits if you want to stay strong in the FGC as a player.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, these guys, they want to do it. These guys, look, all these names here. And again, you guys can follow along on smash.gg and see who is in this top 8. Like I said before, Gur has solidified his spot. So from top to bottom here,
Splash.
This should be Splash versus Destroyer, I believe. I'm going to go over there. But before we go into that, I'm going to name the players already in that top 16. It's going to be Sonic Fox versus Gur, Chris G versus Kevo Reborn, a.k.a. Kevo the Man.
Kevo's actually been reborn through this game.
Yes.
CEO top 8 so far, looking like he's in top 8 already as well for DTN. He's always been known to be a fantastic player, even since Mortal Kombat 9, but in MK11, he's the top. Reborn.
Yes, definitely Reborn. Forever Elite is going to be taking on Coach Steve, and Cusco is going to be taking on the winner of Destroyer's bracket, or Destroyer's pool. So a lot of great winners matches to look out for. And again, the action is not going to stop here. So if you want to watch that top 16 and the top 8, don't change the channel. Don't go to any other Twitch. It's going to be all live right here as we walk and step you through all of this.
Sometimes we'll be leaping when something a little bit too exciting happens.
That's
Hopefully
right.
the mic doesn't pop. Hopefully I don't break the setup, because as these matches progress further and further down, higher level players keep emerging victorious. Eventually, two absolutely equal forces of equal skill.
And we do have an
Clash,
update.
and we'll get really hype matches.
And we do have an update off stream. Destroyer takes it over Ludi.
So that's...
Is it Ludi or Ludi?
Ludi.
Ludi. I did say it right.
Yes,
okay.
very good.
So Ludi does go down to Destroyer. Not sure what the score was, because everything is just reported as 2-0 as we're not
real
counting
quick,
it.
Efficient.
So, yes.
Looks like Ludi's up against Lordelvur 69, who we saw earlier, I think.
Yeah, I remember seeing him earlier, but you know, I think the real fight is going to be in that losers finals. This is a 2-out system. Only 2 players of each pool make it out into the top 16. So that run back can easily happen. If Destroyer goes down to Splash here, he's going to have to fight his way back, possibly, most likely, from a double jeopardy situation. But Splash and Destroyer, this is your winners finals of this pool. Winner.
So the prediction here is Lotus Fist Kung Lao versus Infinite Warding Geras, respectively. I don't think I've seen Lotus Fist against Infinite Warden, barring what I've watched at NLBC, where Splash plays pretty regularly, and Gur attends pretty frequently as well. So I definitely know that Splash has the experience. And knowing that Infinite Warden is such a common high-level character, definitely experience on both sides.
Yeah.
So we won't see any lack of knowledge. We will see some high-level player-on-player decision-making that will make people think, question if they have any knowledge at all. I know what that feels like.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We all know what that feels like. And so, like I said before, the winner of this will go into that top 16. Well, they are going to be facing Cusco.
Yep, Sonya player. I saw him at Texas Showdown.
And he's here from Texas.
Yep.
You know, with the crew, Kevin the Man, and many more. A lot of players made it out here because, you know what, this is Defend the North's, multiple year standing here. The first time we're actually in Midtown Manhattan. So this is just an incredible venue, one of a kind major tournament. I mean, I gotta say, being able to have all those options to just go out there, eat wherever you want, drink wherever you want, and the city is yours. This was easily accessible from Penn Station, a major train station, so anyone who's got public transportation in the close by area made it here, no problem. So, like you said before, Lotus Fist versus Infinite Warden.
A little bit less common of a Kung Lao variation, but we saw Boki out of Europe using it in Biennality top 8 as well. So we have something that MKX Kano players should be pretty nostalgic for in Lotus Fist, something that looks like Kano's old orbiting hat. In this variation, it's not plus on block like it used to be. It's safe on block and a combo into stand 1 on hit. So we'll see Splash using that a lot off of Kano's big normals.
Oh, what a hit confirm here. And again, the optimization of this combo. Not the easiest thing to do, but
that
a player like Splash is definitely going to have it down and in the bag.
And it's optimal corner carry as well for Splash. And that's what he was really looking to do, put himself all the way back to mid-screen. But Geras in the tug-of-war pushing Splash towards the corner now with a long combo. Destroyer pushing him further, even with the block string. Last breath now for Splash.
Yeah,
Rotech, smart from Destroyer.
I'm surprised Destroyer didn't go right into the low stand. You know, that last hit would have been enough, and he wouldn't have had to use such a finite resource like that fatal blow.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things, a miscalculation there by Destroyer. He didn't see how much meter he had, how many last breath shots he could have taken, because that sand could have beat him clean, as I believe that is a true block string.
It is, as long as you just got to aim it properly, and that's it. That's your only task. But I think Destroyer's okay spending the fatal blow, knowing that winning round 1 is such a huge advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
And fatal blows do quite a bit of chip as well.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he wasn't able to block anything. He was in the last breath.
Yep.
Yeah, his
no
last
meter.
breath situation. He had no defensive meter. But
Looking
of
at
course,
the screen is incredibly important.
Yes, yes. You have to know your meter. You have to know your life bar, and of course, those resources of your opponent. And sometimes you got to keep track of your opponent's crushing blow requirements. The down 2 to make sure it does a lot of damage. Probably anticipating the breakaway.
Yep, absolutely. And it's pretty easy for Geras to look at the screen because his combos are so long. You get to take a gander at all of the opponents and your resources during that bed of spikes animation. Kung Lao, on the other hand, has a lot of quick inputs he has to do in his combos while watching the opponent fall, so it's a little bit harder to be perfectly aware unless you have this combo down to muscle memory and barely need to look.
Oh, and what a just onslaught of pressure here. Right guesses back-to-back here from Splash, and he's doing so much damage. You opened him up twice, and look at this the 3rd time, and that's going to be enough. Destroyer going down 1-0 in this situation.
It seems to be the tendency that Destroyer either destroys or gets destroyed. Not much blocking going on in the corner, and it's not a safe bet against Kung Lao, who gets such high combo damage off of any hit, especially in the corner. Forward 4, spin, forward 4, spin, something, something, EX spin, 4-2-1 knockdown. Splash always has those combos on the deck, and they do way over 30%. Biggest in the game, along with Infinite Awarded.
Now, I know Destroyer does have a Kabal, a character he, of course, has been playing since the beta. Maybe not committing a lot of time, but he says, you know what, for certain matchups, I do need to go away from Geras. You know, just like every other Geras player in the world likes to downplay a few matchups, and this might be one of them, as Destroyer betting it all, putting all his chips on Kabal right now. He's betting that this Kabal can get him the 2 match victories in a row.
Kabal's a safe bet. First to 2 boys. And Destroyer picking Kabal has an air projectile now, a jump kick almost as big as Kung Lao's, already looking to throw the air projectile, and he can whiff cancel his jump normals in the air into air projectile as well. Air Buzzsaw will prove a lot of mileage because you can condition people to not anti-air you if you jump towards and throw enough Air Buzzsaw.
Yes, and this is the clean-cut variation, so he's going to have his regular air downward, that useless spin, and the low hook.
Extended hook.
With the extended hook.
Restand, +2, more damage than the regular combo ender. Fantastic tools for clean cut. Even with a useless move in Nomad Spin, he's still the superior Kabal that we're going to see plenty of play of going into the future.
I mean, I've seen Kabals from all over the place, and you know, some players like that other variation for specific matchups, but right now, Splash just 1 round away from this upset, from knocking Destroyer back into the lower bracket.
Yep.
Jumping in, and that Kung Lao jump is one of the most unique jumps in this game. Not a traditional front flip or just extended jump, but instead he kind of does like a little side flip, so always really hard to pinpoint where he's going to be.
Especially hard to know where he's going to be, knowing that he's a dive kick option,
right.
Which, similar to Kabal, is a way to make people not be confident in anti-airing. If you use it sparingly in the right spots, you're going to get some free jump kicks, which can either lead to free damage or a great situation on block. Both these characters have fantastic air approach as a result.
And unfortunate there for Destroyer, doesn't hold on to his block button to fully punish that spin.
No anti-airs at all from Destroyer, but Destroyer gets the crossover. Fortunate, can put Splash back in the corner, and he does.
Yes, I like that there. Always
another forward jump out of the corner. Splash takes note from Destroyer, forward jumps out. There's a lot of damage in the combo that follows. Destroyer's in trouble here, but does have Fatal Blow. Doesn't get to use it. Here we see Splash over Destroyer. 2-0, real quick, in typical Kung Lao fashion. You take enough hits from Kung Lao, you're taking huge damage every time, and it's a speed run at that point. It's hard to know if we're playing a fighting game or a life bar speedrunner when Splash is on screen landing so many high damaging combos.
I mean, but that's what Kung Lao is, really.
Yep.
I mean, he's one of those characters that can play it to either tune. He can try to just keep everything safe, not do anything more risky than just a regular back throw or forward throw, or he can play it like a complete maniac if he needs to make the comeback or if he needs to establish the life lead, going with those forward fours, confirming either on block or on hit with those spins. Because if he does, if you think it's your turn to swing and you're like, he's not going to cancel in the spin, and you poke, you're getting sent out for a full combo ride. So again, I can't reiterate it enough. He can play like a high-risk, high-reward character, and it clearly paid off perfectly there for Splash as he takes it with a swift 2-0 over Destroyer.
What Splash and Foxy, Grandpa, and Boki, all the great Kung Laos like to do is play low-risk, low-reward until the one moment where people are expecting normal, low-risk Kung Lao, safe cancels, Z-hats, and orbiting hats instead of, canceling straight into spin, beating a counter poke for full combo. That's where Kung Laos really reap a lot of mileage and damage.
Yes. I mean, that's where it is. And we saw how in that one round, Splash hit Destroyer twice, and Destroyer was already thinking of, wow, I'm dead. Yeah. What am I doing here?
Let's save my resources for next round, I guess.
And he didn't even stick it out with Geras, which, I guess obviously hindsight is 20/20. But I think that Geras put up a little bit more of a fight. As you saw, Splash was ready for that Kabal, getting under every single one of those little projectiles. And he knew right out the gate, especially because Kung Lao has such great mids in that forward four, he knew right out the gate, I can punish all these. I can get under them and punish hard.
Yeah, that was interesting from Splash as well. We didn't see much of the orbiting hat and the specifically Lotus Fist variation stuff. It was fundamental Kung Lao. Forward 4, down 3, throws, jump kick, dive kick, and EX spin. Those are your tools.
I mean, look, that variation requires you to spend a lot of cash. And what I mean by cash is, I mean those defensive bars or those offensive bars. So if he didn't feel like he needed to dive into that and just wanted to, utilize it for the wake-ups, utilize it for the forward rolls, anything is way better than just, having to use resources when you don't have a reason to do it.
Yep. And he never had a reason to because he was always dominating neutral.
God, it was so good. I cannot wait to see more of Splash. But again, that was the winners finals of that pool. Destroyer going into the lower bracket. You guys can follow along at home at Smash on smash.gg. And I believe now Splash has solidified his spot to go up against Cusco. Cusco, who's just been wrecking things. From Texas with that Sonya play. We saw those incredible comebacks at Combo Breaker where he just had it all. He bet it all on black, bet it all on red, and just knew exactly how to make those comebacks when Sonya has that fatal blow. She is so deadly.
So black and red are your code words for overhead and low, right?
There you go. That's it.
Back one, overhead, full combo, meterlessly. Back one 4 in the corner. Spend 1 bar, get that dash cancel. Cusco's particularly consistent with getting the strongest link into another back 1 off of his dash cancel off back 1 4. And so, maximizing the worth of her 50-50 is essential to being a top-level Sonya, and Cusco's got that. I hope we see it.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see it. I mean, Cusco is down there, of course, doing his thing, getting out in winners. He is here to play. The Texas boys are here to play. Top 16 in winners. Kevo Reborn and Cusco. No one is surprised by that. Nobody.
I hope we see a mirror. Are they on the clashing sides of the bracket? Not to make you...
You're saying you want to see a Texas mirror.
A Texas Sonya mirror, yeah.
No, they're actually
hopefully seeding would prevent that.
Yes, they're actually on opposite sides of the bracket. And you know what? That paints the perfect story here between, of course, the event is called Defend the North.
Yeah,
where are we?
Someone has to attack the North.
Exactly. So the guys invading from Texas, trying to get something going here, trying to take that trophy and that first place prize all the way back home, as we have New York veterans here and even ex-New York veterans here in Chris G. No longer New York, but still goes by the NY tag.
NY, SoCal, Chris G.
NY, SoCal, Chris G. So is he considered an invader, or is he considered, on the home team?
Well, as someone who's in a tricky spot of placing their region myself, being in Buffalo in the state of New York, but 8 hours away from New York City.
A big state, man.
Still, we get claimed sometimes as New York, as New York City is proud of doing. Sometimes it's nice to be included. And sometimes you want to really be able to pop off on them, you know? Who knows?
Hey,
who knows where I am?
I'm always about the hype. I'm always about, you know, the underdog story, especially the out-of-town story. I mean, so many people have philosophized like what it means to be that outsider. When you are that invader, the entire crowd is against you.
Yep.
That person has 10 times the amount of friends here cheering them on that you have cheering you on. But some players have considered that disadvantage or an advantage because they feel like the pressure's not on me.
That's
the
why
pressure's on the hometown hero.
Exactly.
Because everybody wants him to win, and I'm here to make them lose.
That's why I'm so happy that Defend the North is named the way it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Revives that regional spirit of the fighting game community and its roots, affirms that heritage of region mattering, city mattering, north-south divide mattering.
Exactly. It matters, man. It all matters here. And, of course, on the stage here, we have, I recognize one of those players. He's wearing a very familiar shirt, the Mortal Kombat New Jersey shirt.
Yeah, that's your clothing line, right?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Secret clothing line.
Yeah.
But, yes, he is one of our attendees. Has been coming. He actually went to our Mortal Kombat New Jersey #0 event prior to Mortal Kombat 11 being released. We actually had a 40-person Mortal Kombat X tournament in Newark, New Jersey.
Wait, was it X?
Yes, Mortal
X.
Kombat X.
Okay, sorry. I
yes.
thought it was like everybody had pre-release copies. I would be very jealous of that.
No, this was back in March. This was before
Cool.
anyone was able to get their hands on it. This was actually before the beta as well, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So, you know, MK11 was on the brain, but we just had no idea what it was going to be like, and we had no idea it was going to be so drastically different. Well, I guess at this point we did know it was going to be different because of the reveal
But
event.
that doesn't mean we can't take a moment to really appreciate MKX for what it was.
Exactly.
In New Jersey in March.
Hey, man, it was great. It was a phenomenal event. And, you know, we were really moved and touched by the support that we got. I mean, getting 40 people out to play a game that was nearly 4 years old.
Yep,
I
came
mean,
out in 2015.
It was incredible, and everyone was just like, yes, we're here to support, we're here to just make sure we have a great offline scene, and that's what we brought. That's what we brought to New Jersey, and we're really proud. We're really happy. You know, when I see guys like Gur winning on that big stage in Texas, I feel like we've at least given him the tools to really shape into that great player that he is, getting him used to those offline settings. Now this is Ashhousewares, who's going to be playing Kano, and he is going up against a robot bit me.
We're going to call him Robot for the set, I think.
Yeah, so player 2 is, Ashhousewares is player 1 playing Kano. Sorry guys, I'm letting the stream runner know so we get the right names.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And there we go. A robot bit me. The names are right now.
Oh.
Okay, so what we've seen pretty even so far. Oh, this will swing things. Except it would have. Sorry, didn't notice that Kano didn't have the meter there. So Fatal Blow on the table for first round KO. Jacqui doesn't confirm into his 4-3 combo there. This is the grease kick. Ripper Kano still outside Fatal Blow range.
And what an instant Kano ball there. He went air to air, but hold on, this is not going to be enough.
Yep, 4% left.
Yes, it's just doing it raw. Most of the Fatal Blows raw do a little bit more than 30%. This one cashing in at 32.4%. So both players down to nothing, and he just spent it all. The dash punch that she learned from her dad was her own demise here.
Yeah, see, Jax never figured out how to make that dash punch hit mid until MK11 with his Fatal Blow. And so Jacqui, still a high on that dash punch, gets full ducked under punish. Great stuff from Ashhousewares.
Yes.
Good awareness to know that the dash punch was too tempting of an option for Robot.
Exactly. I mean, look, great presence of mind. It was the first round, so you go to step 1 of how to control this matchup. Look for that dash punch.
Yep. Step 2 of controlling Kano. Make sure you punish every different Kano Ball and Kano Ball Amplify meter burn because they're all very doable.
Yes,
That's
all
what
very
Robot's doing with no problem right now.
Oh,
Raw clinch.
Just clinching him there, the Muay Thai stance, and it's gonna be enough here for a Robot bit me.
Stop right there, said Jacqui. Stay where you are, in the corner. Oh, another duck.
And Ashhousewares showing so much patience here. Gonna cash in for 31, and that's gonna be a full combo. No, he doesn't commit. He hesitated for just 1 second.
Yep, you got to cancel your jump-ins and your strings in order to get the jump-in combos as a link in this game. Ashhousewares messes that up, and now he's in the corner as a result, holding some plus frames. There's a gap in that string from Jacqui, the back 3-4 plus 4 string. Maybe we'll see Ashhousewares try to interrupt later. Ooh, another dash punch. You know, that dash punch was either crushing blow or death, and it led to death. Ashhousewares on the table now in game 1 fatality from Ash as well.
Oh, here we go. Just gonna bash the brains in over and over thanks to that metal plate laying inside the skull of Kano. Very unique skeletal system. And Ashhousewares making sure that he makes his opponent watch that fatality. Go ahead, do it. Game 1, they gotta watch it. They can't disconnect. They can't go to fighter select. Just make them watch it.
Yeah, and our streamer didn't take it off the TV or either, so well projected, the whole crowd. We may be losing some monetization, but we're winning the hearts of the crowd out there.
Hey man,
Mortal Kombat.
This is Mortal Kombat. Yep. This is what everybody came for. This is what everybody wants to see. Blood, guts, bones breaking, but we are going to our second game, as that was only the first game of this grueling set, this first to 2 here. Again, first to 2 boys, up until that top 8. So even in the winners top 16, we're going to see a first to 2 scenario here. A robot bit me, I believe, staying with Jacqui, but just wanted a little bit of a breather, a little change of scenery here.
A robot bit me, still dealing with the ramifications of that cyborg man headbutting him. A robot man headbutted me to death with a fatality.
In front of everybody.
In front of everybody. Well broadcasted and projected. Thank you. New stage as well.
Fortunately
it just started. It just started.
Fortunately enough, you know, this was just the beginning of the match. Nothing really happened. No combos were done. Although, you know, it's a little unfair because both players know what they wanted to do right at the start, right at the gate. So right here, we're going to have a great demonstration of what you need to do.
Oh, it's not that. They got to go up. No, it's not that.
They don't know what to do.
Damn.
Okay, so this is going to be a learning process for the players and a learning process for everyone at home who frequently goes to tournaments that include and are played on the PlayStation 4. You got to go up to the settings and go to those Bluetooth devices here.
Oh, blow up.
Oh, God.
This is painful, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe this is the controller that interrupted them. However, you can desync other controllers. Unfortunately, you cannot desync your own controller. So always the obligation, always the duty of the players sitting down to play. So here we go, Bluetooth devices.
Bluetooth devices.
Then you go to the ones that aren't highlighted with that green dot.
And you forget
press start, hit delete, and continue on to your game. And this ideally you want to do before your set starts in order to not interrupt anything. So again,
let me tell you, it's a 4-hit combo. Option 3, forward 3. That's how you speed run those Bluetooth devices.
Oh,
there's option for start.
And you know who did it too? The TO.
Of course.
She was like, I got you. Yeah.
Option 3, forward 3. Option, if you want to use PlayStation buttons. Option X, right X.
Yes, because sometimes you do need to speedrun it because sometimes you're going to see more than just 2 devices on there, especially if you're the first one playing a tournament set of the day on that PlayStation 4.
People have been playing casuals.
Yeah, people play casuals. They link up there. And again, you don't want to risk it. Why risk it? You know, it could be in your favor. It could lead into a situation where, you know, you have to replay the match entirely because you can't get that person off the screen.
God, this is brutal.
So no, this is why it's brutal. What the TO doesn't realize is that she cannot unsync her own controller. Somebody else has to do it.
No,
we're good. We're good. We got it. We're good. They're there.
Thankfully, she was using the pad player's controller, so it's perfectly fine.
So here we go. Not connected anymore. Nothing else is synced up in here.
Now we'll see if Robot Bit Me has the read now on Ashhousewares' round start backwalk. See if we can maybe see a dash up throw or something.
Well, a lot of players like to do something right out the gate, especially when they have a normal or special move that can reach really quickly.
Yep.
Me, as a Baraka player, I love hitting that forward 4-4 out the gate when they're not expecting it. Not to get that crushing blow, because I love saving it for the corner for damage.
Unless you're bone picker.
But even there, it's just adding a, like, what, 10%?
Yeah,
I would rather have it in the corner,
of course,
or have it when that fatal blow is ready to go. But either way, you kind of always want to test your opponent, especially if you've got those long-reaching moves.
Oh, hey, guys, I'm back. Who's up?
Welcome back, Art.
Yep.
I missed you, Art.
Missed you, too.
Okay, I bet.
Wait, so is his name's correct? Is Ashhousewares and a robot bit me?
Yes, what happened was a third party person interrupted them.
Oh, so it's 1-0?
1-0, Ashhousewares is up. And Ashhousewares is playing Kano. So again, a Kano loyalist. Ashhousewares was actually at my MKX tournament playing Kano. And he said, I'm playing Kano till the day I die.
I think we're pretty close to
and
top 16, too.
When I saw him playing, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I hope you have regrets.
I think they switched player 1 and player 2, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let me see.
Yes.
A lot of stuff to account for with such a brutal disconnect earlier. They even switched sides of the screen without switching chairs.
They're switching up everything here. And now this is losers round 4, according to Smash.gg. And the winner of this will be playing Permodius, who we saw with Liu Kang earlier today, losing in that Liu Kang mirror.
Yes.
All right, now Kano, you know, a lot of people feel like he's lacking a lot of things in this game, but one thing he does have is a very fast projectile and
he's got no skull, though.
right to the
no
face.
skull. He's going to be missing that skull for the rest of that set. Ooh, first round KO could totally confirm. Gets a raw clinch on a counter poke. Fatal blow back on the table. Skip a factor. Defense bar running out. Ooh, Robot Pit Me still had some defensive meter left over, but instead got hit by the second knife from Kano.
Yeah,
great amplify there from Ash.
He didn't want to commit to the block, and you know what? He would have had one more opportunity, but you know, Kano recovers so quickly after those knife tosses that he really wasn't risking much in that situation.
Yeah, Kano a little bit similar to Sonya in the sense that they're rushdown characters with strong footsies, but they also have a great projectile.
Yes, yes they do. And you know what? I feel like they do lack a little bit in the mid department. You know, very slow mids. So a lot of people like to check them over and over again with those down 1s, down 2s, and of course down 3s.
Yeah. Down 3 proves really great against Kano's 4-3. A huge advance in mid, but still on the slower side. Thankfully does have a crushing blow attached to it if you do make a strong read. Hold that button, get the bleed effect. We haven't seen it yet.
Now that only does activate on counter hit or punish.
Yep.
But here, speaking of punishes here, getting under that dash punch and hold on, forcing her to go into those resources. No access to anything, kind of wake up, instead forced to go into the fatal blow.
Yep.
And of course, if you don't have